Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Bad Moon's Orbit. I am, as always, your shadow in the earth, Dalton Montgomery.
And I'm your basic average girl, Darian Smart.
Ha. Welcome back, truly and formally, everybody, to another episode. Peek behind the curtain. It has been a minute since we recorded, and since you have probably heard an episode. We're back. Yeah. There's probably going to be a couple episodes you've heard post hiatus before this one. We've got a couple that just haven't reached the end of the editing pipeline yet. But this is the first one we are recording since we had to take a pause from recording. I'm not going to get into why, but here's a life pro tip to everybody listening to this. Take care of your back.
Yeah.
It's important.
It's really important.
It's a lot easier to injure than you think it is. That's Dalton's advice for this episode. We come with a slice of life advice for this Bad Moon's Orbit, but that is not what we're here to talk about today.
Right, let me give you some nonsense slice of life advice. Eat cake for breakfast.
Oh,
Not
there
every
you go.
day, not frequently.
Yeah.
But sometimes.
Yeah.
Eat cake for breakfast.
Balance in all things. Take care of your back and eat cake for breakfast. Hell yeah. Today, friends, we're coming back with a bang, coming back swinging. We are going to be talking about a very interesting character for Age of Sigmar, a very interesting character for Warhammer overall, because this is going to be another fans who enjoyed our Teclis and Tyrion episode or our Nagash episode, anyone where we talk a lot about people from the old world. This is going to be another character who's been with Warhammer kind of from the beginning.
Okay.
This is a character who is behind the scenes in a lot of different things that have happened throughout the Warhammer universe. And so while they have a presence in Age of Sigmar, we are going to spend a little bit more time in the world that was today.
Ooh, I haven't been there in a while.
Yeah. No need to keep a cover on who we're talking about today. Everybody, today's episode is about Be'lakor.
Hey, that's a cool name.
It's a cool name. Be'lakor, the First Prince.
Ooh.
The first anointed Prince of Chaos. Big bad guy, big bad guy.
Sounds like a big bad guy.
Yeah. But before we get into our first prince, Darian.
Me.
Do you have a games thing to talk about today?
Yeah, Dice Towers.
Ooh, Dice Towers.
I don't own any. I don't use any. But for my brother, my youngest brother just turned 14.
Ooh.
And he told me he wanted a dice tower because he joined his D&D club at school.
Nice.
And I'm like, hell yeah. So I went to a couple local game stores to track down a cool one, and I found him a little small one that's like it's a 3D printed one, and it's a mimic.
Ooh,
you just
hell
drop
yeah.
it bounces out, and it comes out of the mimic's mouth.
Hell yeah.
Or I guess you drop it, I don't know. It was cool. He liked it. I think dice towers are super fun, even if I don't have one, because I don't need one to play, but I really enjoyed playing with my brothers, and it's fun just to watch it bounce, bounce, bounce.
Yeah.
And I find it very satisfying. I think it's just a cool... The first store I went to was like, oh, we just have like the acrylic one, and I was like, no.
Right.
It's like not the point. Like, I don't know. I feel like you can roll a dice into a box.
Right.
And you're getting the exact same effect. If I'm going to get a dice tower, it should be a little piece of art.
Yes.
To like be a part of the ritual of playing the game.
Agreed.
So, dice towers. They're just neat.
Hell yeah. Love a good dice tower. Adds, like you said, adds that a little bit of ritual to what you're doing. Makes it feel like an event. And that is a ton of fun.
My cats also really liked the dice tower because I set it out. I took a little video of rolling the dice to send it to my family, and they were all super interested. And Eda Cat literally did pick up the D4 and try to walk away with it. And I screamed because that was alarming.
Yep, that's absolutely about not for cats.
Not for cats.
Dice not for cats.
No. Also, fun fact, dice not for cats.
Yeah. Add it to the list of life advice from this episode. Dice not for cats.
What about you, Dalton?
I'm going to shout out a video game that I quite enjoy. As alluded to earlier in the episode, I've been fighting a little bit of an injury, and it has been nice to have a consistent thing that I can use to just like while away the time while I recover. This is not a new game by any means, but it's one of my favorites. I just cracked 350 hours on a game called Satisfactory, one of my favorite games of all time. It's just about building huge ass factories, and I love it terribly.
Is it Saddest Factory or Satisfactory, and the pun is the factory?
Yes, it's a satisfying factory game.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
I was worried for a second that it was a very sad
No,
factory.
it's not the saddest factory.
Okay. I just need clarification.
No, absolutely. If you've played Factorio and you bounced off because it was just like a little bit too like techie with not enough spectacle. That's kind of what my interaction with Factorio was. I love Satisfactory because I get all the greebly little like math brain, where I'm trying to balance, okay, we've got 180 units of iron coming in every minute, and I got to split that across these couple factories to make plates and bolts and bolt those bolts into the plates to make this thing. Like, you get all that joy, and then also, if I want to, I can build a huge tower that looks cool, like, and that's great. It's a huge point of enjoyment for me.
Nice.
Yeah.
It sounds like a very Dalton game.
It is. It's not a game I'd recommend to everybody, but you're listening to a Warhammer podcast, so
you
probably
like
will.
This
yeah.
Game. I briefly wanted to start playing Animal Crossing New Horizons again, but I didn't want all my little animals to yell at me for not playing in a year and a half.
Yep.
And you're like, well, just restart the game. Well, dear listener, I can't restart the game because I named my island Hero Isle after the cat I had at the time. You see the Dalton gave, he understands. I can't just delete Hero Isle.
No, certainly
Nor can
not.
I ever return to Hero Isle. It's a metaphor for life.
Tragic. But let's get back to our subject today, Be'lakor. Be'lakor, the first...
I already know who that is?
No. We have not talked about him before. Yes, you're fine. We've not talked about him before. I'm going to give a little, a quick... like who's who, both for our benefit, minute since recording, and also for the listeners' benefit, minute since listening, about people that are going to come up during this episode that we should know about. Obviously, our main man, Sigmar, very important, god of civilization, ascended to godhood during his life as a mortal in the old world. We're going to get some Sigmar this episode. The Elven twins, Tyrion and Teclis, they're going to make a brief appearance. Archaon, obviously, we're talking about Chaos. We're going to talk about Archaon. Those are the kind of big names to reacquaint ourselves with, but our story actually starts before any of that.
Whoa, okay.
Yeah, we're going way, way back, even before like Nagash and like the older like elven peoples and stuff. Like Be'lakor is without a doubt, except for like cosmic immortal entities, right? Like the Chaos Gods themselves, Be'lakor is without a doubt the oldest person we've talked about yet on the podcast.
Sure.
He's been around a long time.
Okay.
So Be'lakor, the first prince, first of the damned, is part of his official title. He is... Oh, before we get started proper, I do also want to give a broad bulk disclaimer. Be'lakor is the oldest character like in the fiction that we've talked about so far. Be'lakor is also probably one of the oldest characters like written in Warhammer. Like is there with like he's there in like the original like source works when Warhammer kind of developed from like probably like a D&D game that the original creators were playing and just kind of spun out from there.
Man, that's like having an OC in your novel that's just hung around since a D&D game from 2013.
Yep. Wonder what that's like. No.
Weird.
So you're getting the double disclaimer today. You're going to get the Dalton Old World disclaimer, where we're not an Old World podcast. I try and do my best for research, but it's just not a setting I'm as familiar with as I am with Age of Sigmar. I'll probably get some stuff wrong. I'll probably have like notes that I got from an unreliable source, what have you. You're also getting the Be'lakor disclaimer. Because Be'lakor's been written a lot. He's been written by a lot of different authors. There's definitely been periods in like Warhammer, the franchise's history, where they have been more or less precious with like the canonicity of stuff. So there's going to be stuff that contradicts. I'll try and call it out when it comes up. There's going to be stuff that you probably just don't hear me mention because it's like from one book that I haven't read that like other sources go against, and so it's just not a thing that I've come across. There's going to be one big thing that's stupid, and so and even Games Workshop knows it's stupid now and have like retconned it in more recent lore because it sucks. Yeah, so we're gonna talk about all that, but again, I want the disclaimer of like if I don't mention your favorite Be'lakor fact, it's probably because I didn't see it or something else contradicted it or any number of things. It's just the nature of a franchise this old.
But you can share that fact.
Yes, please do.
This is my favorite part of this character. This is something I've always liked about this character. Like, I know I don't usually chime in the, hey, you should interact with this. Because I'm like, I'm not allowed to? No. Dalton has never said I am not allowed to do anything. No. Like, that is not what I mean. Like, it is not like, oh, I can't engage with it. But, like, the premise of our show is I genuinely don't know anything.
Right.
Except for what Dalton has disclosed to me. Here, literally, there have been conversations where Dalton's like, I want to tell you about this. I can't, never mind. So the thing is, like, I usually am not being like, yeah, you should email us, you should tell us about it,
right.
these things. Because it's like, I'm not the one who's going to be engaging on the wider beyond the creating of the recording of the podcast. But y'all really can. Like, totally
please.
feel free to be like, oh, I've always liked this, or this is my favorite part, or I really like, or what do you think about this? Don't be a dick and be like,
for sure.
You forgot this thing, or this is like,
of course.
Like, definitely be like, hey, I think you'd find this fact I know super interesting. Like, if your intent is to, I want to share this with you because you love it, and I love it, and I have a piece that I think you'd love, that's super cool. But, like, y'all, like, be cool, man.
Yeah,
we're not a 40K podcast. I believe in you. I believe in your ability to be cool. So be nice to Dalton, or I'll find out.
Just be like, I always appreciate when people offer additional advice, offer additional information, correct something that we did wrong. We haven't recorded since this came up, but this was a huge blunder on my part that I was planning on addressing next episode because we're going to talk about it more anyways. But in the Marathi episode, I claimed Anvilgard is in Ulgu, the realm of shadows. It's not. I have no idea where. I have no idea where I got that. I think just because Marathi operates out of Ulgu, like I just didn't bother checking. But like Anvilgard's on Akshi, like that's part of why it's like a huge kind of weird. Like that's part of why it was such a huge deal. Like it would have been a huge deal anyways because Marathi like captured an independent city.
Yeah.
But actually is where like a huge chunk of the original like founded cities are. And so it's not like, oh, here's this like one far off place that Marathi like took over in her own realm. It's like, oh, one of the like core cities in like Sigmar's new like emerging free states is a Daughters of Cain temple now.
Yeah,
like, oh. Wild. But yeah, so like if you have corrections, I'm always happy to read them and like mention them the next time the subject comes up on the podcast. There's always usually a bit of a gap between recording and a release, so you might not hear it right away. But yeah, like I said, as long as you're not don't
be a dick about it.
Yeah, exactly.
And you know
of course, absolutely.
Genuine, like I totally get being like, I just know this thing.
Yes.
I just really care about this thing, and I want to tell you because it was wrong, but I'm not trying to, like, you.
Yeah.
I believe in you. Again, I'll know.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll know the difference between being, like, cool about it and, like, having that, haha, I have one up on you. Like, why? Right. We're a podcast. This is free entertainment.
Yeah.
Be cool, man.
Well said. Well said. But now that our disclaimers are out of the way, let's talk about Be'lakor. So Be'lakor's main claim to fame, the thing that makes Be'lakor is the first demon prince. Demon princes, for listeners at home who we talked about them very briefly in prior episodes. Yeah, we talked about one in like the Korn episode, right? Valkia is a demon prince. A demon prince categorically is a mortal who has been turned into a demon.
Okay.
Yes. It's the only, any mortal that gets turned into a demon, they become a demon prince. It's just the thing that happens to a mortal soul when it gets turned into a demon soul. So demon princes are like very diverse. There's not like a lot of core traits that they all share because they are just like
any mortal. And
exactly. Yes. It's just a catch-all term basically for like what happens to a mortal soul when it gets turned into a demon soul.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So Be'lakor was the first. That's why his title, the First Prince.
Like literally, not like the oldest one living or surviving, but literally the first.
Yes, the very first. Be'lakor is the first prince, and he's so old, like that happened at such a time that we don't know anything about Be'lakor's life before he was the first prince.
Damn, okay.
Yeah, like we don't even, like strictly speaking, we don't even know what like species Be'lakor was before
there's no clues.
No, yeah.
Interesting.
Like a lot of demon princes are humans because humans are easy to corrupt. They fall to chaos pretty easily, but they're like Slaneshi demon princes who are elves because Slanesh wants after elven souls more. Yep. But Be'lakor was the first, and we don't know anything beyond that, like from his origin. He was... Well, or except that, sorry, Be'lakor was the first demon prince. Be'lakor was the first mortal to ever swear himself to chaos.
Damn, okay.
That's what got him, like, elevated to
like in the
demon prince.
Or in the world that was?
In the world that was, yeah. We know Be'lakor's from the world that was, so at least that far back. Like, we don't know like if there were, presumably there weren't demon princes from previous worlds.
Interesting.
Because like Be'lakor survived into AOS by virtue of being a demon. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So like he's probably genuinely like the first demon prince.
The world that was really fucked up.
Yeah.
It's so bad that this is the first time in all of realities that immortals swore themselves to chaos.
Right.
And this was the one where they tried really hard to prevent this.
Right.
Huh.
What a wild, strange journey it's been. Like I said, we don't know anything about his mortal life except that he was the first mortal to ever swear himself willingly to chaos. Mm-hmm. And for that honor, he was anointed the first demon prince.
Of course.
He was elevated to demon hood. He underwent dark apotheosis. That's the term for becoming a demon prince. And uniquely, we'll talk about it, uniquely, he is not a demon prince of any of the singular chaos gods, right? He's the demon prince of all of the chaos gods.
Like together?
Yes.
But they don't get along?
No. It is the first time all four of them collaborated on a project, basically.
Wow!
All four, because we have lots of independent demon princes, right?
Yeah.
They all came after Be'lakor, but like I said, Valkia...
Because they were all like, well, this was such a great idea. Okay, well, I'm going to do it on my own now.
Yes. Like, Valkia is a demon prince of Khorne, like... Sigvald's not a demon prince, but he might be at some point. Korgus, we haven't talked about Korgus in a minute. He's also like a Khorne. He's the Khorne guy who did the blood feast and all that.
Yeah, I remember
him. His most recent lore development is he underwent dark apotheosis and became a demon prince. That happened after we recorded that episode. So yeah.
Okay.
So we haven't seen his like new model yet, but presumably he's gonna get one at some point. So
you'd have to.
I was gonna say
cool.
right. I'm excited for it. That's been coming for a while. He's been doing got a lot of good work for Khorne since the start, pretty much. But yeah, the Chaos Gods all come together, the four of them, and they put Be'lakor through Dark Apotheosis, raise his soul into demonhood, and he becomes, when someone is the champion of all four Chaos Gods simultaneously, they are called Undivided. And Be'lakor is stated in multiple places to be the only undivided demon prince.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Right?
How?
See, that's where it gets fuzzy, though.
Oh, man.
Because he gets called the only undivided demon prince a lot.
Uh-huh.
But, like, there are others. Like, it is not, like, this is why it's fuzzy. Because there's not, like, there's never, like, a major character who's another undivided demon prince. There aren't any that, like, have appeared in more than, like, a single book or, like, a mention here or there or, like, a single article. But in both the actual, like, tabletop game, Age of Sigmar, you can play a undivided demon prince in your army. Like, you can buy that model and you can build them as, like, an undivided where they don't have, like, all the markings of, like, other chaos gods on them, and, like, use them in your army. Which, like, the point is that the game is supposed to tie into the lore in that way. Where, like,
this is supposed to be a real thing that has happened in one of the realms.
Yeah. And we have, like I know that... So if you're listening to this podcast, there's a pretty good chance that you've interacted with the Total War series of video games, because they have 3 games in a series that are set in the old world.
Cool.
Yeah. It's where a lot of people first experience the setting, and they're great. I like them a lot. I've played them. They're good. And in the third one of the characters you can play in that game is an undivided demon prince. And again, those games aren't, like, strictly canon, but, like, it is an official Warhammer product and set in...
Listen, and those minifigs are strictly canon.
Yeah!
So, like, having one that is an undivided demon prince, even though we've got Be'lakor, who is called multiple times the only...
Yeah.
And then apparently this is just, like, never acknowledged as a contradictory reality.
Yeah. Again, put it in that, like, camp of, like... Who knows what the truth is, but some people have, like, conflictingly decided either he is or he isn't, and we just kind of live in both of those realities.
Okay, both are true.
Yeah.
All right, sure.
Right. But for all intents and purposes, most of the like actual setting treats him as if he's the only undivided demon prince.
Okay.
And that's going to be relevant for a lot of reasons.
Yeah, it sounds kind of like a big deal.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, it is the first time it happened. First mortal sworn to chaos. I mentioned we don't know what species he is. We actually don't know when like Be'lakor technically like started operating in the world.
Okay.
Our earliest records of Be'lakor like in setting. Mm-hmm. We also haven't talked about this very much, which is probably a shock to people who are like familiar with the old world specifically, but it's just like not as much of a thing in AOS, even though it's like a huge thing in the old world. Dwarves in the old world are kind of defined by their relationships to others. It said like the loyalty of a dwarf will last you the rest of their life. Oh. But more importantly, the grudges of dwarves are the kind of thing that you never want to accumulate. Uh-huh. And while individual dwarves and even like individual dwarven clans will hold individual grudges against people or places, well, not places, but like certain towns, certain factions. I mean, yeah.
Who doesn't have a grudge against that one Denny's?
Yeah, right.
I'll go to Applebee's, but I won't go to that Applebee's.
Right. A grudge against dwarven kind is not kept at the individual level. It is elevated and it is recorded in the Damas Kron, the Great Book of Grudges.
Wow.
Yep. Yep. It is the like royal symbol of the dwarven kings. Like every dwarven king keeps personal account of the Great Book of Grudges, or the High King of the Dwarves keeps personal account of the Great Book of Grudges. They have it on them at all times. And the Damas Kron goes back literally like as long as anyone knows. There are things written in there about like the earliest men when they were still like tribal hunters and stuff, right?
Fuck these guys.
Yeah, like dwarf's grudges are eternal, and a grudge against dwarven kind is going to last all of dwarven kind.
Yes, have this for okay.
Yes. So our earliest
that's rad as hell, and I respect it.
Right?
What a way to live.
It rules. So our earliest mention of Be'lakor, and it's not even by name, is the earliest entries in the Great Book of Grudges are all referencing something that in the Dwarven language is called the Shadow in the Earth.
Oh, God.
Which is Be'lakor. We know, like, Word of God is Be'lakor. And it was Be'lakor probably scheming or messing with them, trying to, like, accumulate power for himself. And, like...
fuck this guy. Forever and ever and ever.
Yep. This is probably a good time, actually, to show you what Be'lakor looks like, just so you have a good...
Yeah, I can have an image in my head.
A good mental image in your head. He is just kind of a demon. And again, that's the privilege of, like, being like an early character when you don't feel the need to like differentiate him a lot visually. He's just kind of a demon. Yeah,
lots of horns.
Yeah,
but other than having more horns than you maybe would expect, they kind of a demon gargoyle looking motherfucker.
Yeah, he's just kind of a dude, and that's great. He's classic.
Yeah, classic demon. Yeah. I could fight that guy in Castlevania.
Yeah, exactly. We like that guy. So yeah, we got the Be'lakor early in the Great Book of Grudges, and so we know he's been around for a long time. But again, we don't have a lot of history about him like super early on. The reason he's often stated to be the only undivided demon prince, and the reason why that's important, is that after his like apotheosis, all four chaos gods realize at the same time that because this is something they collaborated on, like they all exerted an equal amount of influence over creating Be'lakor, none of them has control over him.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Real fucked up.
They've all canceled each other's influence out, right? Like Tzeentch and Nurgle are changing stagnation. Khorne and Slaanesh are experience an outcome. Like they just oil and water cancel out into where Be'lakor is free.
Ooh.
If he is the only undivided demon prince, he's the only demon, period, who is not bound to the will of a chaos god.
Interesting. So what does he do with that?
Whatever he wants.
Excellent. Yeah, obviously. That's on me. Be'lakor does whatever he wants.
Blessed by all four, he can act freely. He basically, like, plays it coy. Like, he's just like, hey, you can't force me to do anything, but, like, I'm still in your service. Like, I'm the first, like, mortal sworn to chaos. I'll do what you want me to do. And he kind of, like, Be'lakor's primary character trait is that he's a schemer. He's slippery. He's a snake. He basically promises service to all four of the chaos gods and then, like, goes behind each of their backs to promise more service to each of them independently, right? He's just...
What a fucking jerk.
Right. He's just playing them all for power because that's ultimately what he wants. That's why he's here. And pretty much as soon as he has like obligations to all the chaos gods, as soon as he has been like granted power by them to go out and enact their will, he like descends into the mortal world and starts basically just doing whatever he wants. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard for chaos to get into the world. Like the chaos gods themselves can manifest into it. Right. And in the old world, it was hard for like demons even to get into the world without like the specific places in the world that they could like slip through.
Yeah.
So it's hard for the chaos gods to like yank Be'lakor's leash basically. So he just gets into the world and starts doing whatever he wants to do.
Damn, okay. Sure.
Right?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
That seems like what you're going for when you spur yourself to chaos. You kind of just want to have the power to do whatever you want to do.
Yeah, absolutely. And what he wants to do is rule, basically.
That makes sense.
Be'lakor starts, like, he establishes his own capital in the far north. He starts leading, like, conquest of the surrounding, like, human tribes, basically. This is pre-Sigmar.
Yeah, I was
humans
say, like,
are,
it's a good thing it's pre-Sigmar, because I know someone who wouldn't appreciate that.
Yeah. All these disparate human tribes, Be'lakor, like, unites some of them, brings them under his banner. He uses his, like, personal power to open rifts to bring demons in, and he leads this, like, massive, like, world-conquering army mixed of, like, mortal followers and demons.
Damn,
and
okay.
That's gonna kind of be like Be'lakor's trademark as we follow him forward. Archaon is the Everchosen of Chaos. He's the Grand Marshal of the Apocalypse, but he doesn't trust demons. Archaon will not work alongside demons if he can help it.
Yeah.
Prefers mortal followers, and Be'lakor is almost the exact opposite, where he doesn't trust demons, but he trusts demons to be demons. You always know that a demon isn't going to do right by you.
Yeah.
Right? You can trust them to stab you in the back. And so he works with demons more readily, and he works with humans that he can, like, overpower, basically.
That makes
right?
sense.
Like,
yeah.
This is not a trust relationship. I'm not leading you. I am threatening you into service because I'm this big, powerful demon prince.
Scary demon, man.
Yeah, absolutely. He conquers quite a bit. There's, like, a real threat if what we're going to talk about next hadn't happened. There's a real threat that, like, Be'lakor could have been, because, like, they've done the Crisis on Infinite Earths things however many times. Chaos always shows up, finds the world, and destroys it. There's a pretty good chance that could have been Be'lakor. Like, this could have been the thing that just, like, Be'lakor conquers the whole world, opens a bunch of chaos rifts, everything gets destroyed, and instead of Age of Sigmar, because he wasn't born yet, we get Age of Be'lakor.
Age of Be'lakor. It's pretty fucking metal.
Right? But he makes it, like, into, like, the early, like, kind of north of what would eventually become the Empire. Like, he conquers, like, most of the northern parts of the world. Like, a kind of tiny slice in the north of Ulthuan, where the elves live.
Oh, I don't like that.
And is, like, on the campaign march when things start to, like, shift.
Yeah, okay.
So first, I just have a note here I'm going to mention before I forget about it. Be'lakor's, like, base of operations in most of the, like, human populated lands he conquer will eventually come to be Norska. The kind of, like, Norse-themed, like, northern tribes that exist north of what would eventually become Sigmar's empire.
Yeah, okay.
So Be'lakor's influence is long felt there, like, far into the future, where Be'lakor, like, monuments Be'lakor erected to himself and, like, cities that Be'lakor founded on his, like, campaign trail marches have these, like, thousands of year old, like, traditions or, like, histories of the time when these people were, like, in service of Be'lakor. That's why chaos worship tends to be this, like, almost kind of ingrained cultural practice in Norska into the era of Sigmar's empire. That's why Norska still has people who live there, and those people are chill with, like, raiding empire coastlines and stuff for their way of life.
What we do.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yeah. You know what? That's crazy, but makes sense.
Yeah. So while Bellicor is doing all this, the gods figure out that he's not going to do any of the things that he promised them. And they try and like, they send like demons after him, and it just like doesn't work because he's too powerful. And they like try and exert their influence over him, and it doesn't work because he's too powerful. And he's not like bidden to any of them, right?
Yeah.
They cancel each other out. And so they then, instead of like trying to get at Bellicor specifically anymore, because none of the Chaos Gods like each other, they all go, well, if none of us can control Bellicor, I'm going to get a jump on like having my own Bellicors.
I was gonna say,
basically,
okay, so
yes. This is the origin of other demon princes. Yes.
And it would also like, okay, that's why it seems like weird that there's just like occasionally in a mini or on a video game just another undivided demon prince. It's like they wouldn't do that again.
No, yes.
They just legitimately wouldn't do that again.
Yeah, they learned their lesson.
Yeah.
They just make demon princes of themselves now, like to bind them to their will.
Not get them to work together again.
Yeah.
So it does not make sense for that to be just an unquestioned element in other parts of this game world.
Right.
Weird. Okay.
Very weird. So yeah, all the other Chaos Gods start elevating their own demon princes. They just pick mortals. None of them are as strong as Bellicor, because Bellicor had the power of all four.
Yeah.
And like he was fully committed to.
Did demons ever tag team? Like not all four, but like the two that don't hate each other?
No. All demon princes from here on out are there's a pretty good evidence to think that like if Nurgle and Khorne got together to try and make a demon prince together, that person might just like explode, or their soul get like torn to shreds, because those are opposing forces without like the full balance of all four, right?
Oh, okay, yeah.
But individual demon princes get raised. Like I said, they're not as skilled, they're not as capable, because the gods are now just like kind of picking people who are good enough, right? You only get a perfect candidate every so often, and that's Bellicor.
You only get to see Rogers once in a while.
Yes, exactly. And so what that does, like during these campaigns that Bellicor is waging, is it both starts to draw power from him in a very like practical sense. Like now you have, like when Bellicor was the only game in town for being like a chaos marauder, you were joining Bellicor's army, but now there's this new like coronate demon prince who's strutting their stuff, and they're pulling warriors away from Bellicor's cause. They're pulling demons out of the realm of chaos to serve them, and it's reducing. It's
rough on Bellicor.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's reducing.
Having a bad time.
Yeah, it's reducing his military might. It's reducing his like practical power. But more demon princes just like in the world also start to pull his power in like a very metaphysical way, almost in kind of like a Speed Forcey way, where if you have too many speedsters in the same universe, none of them are as fast as if they were the only ones. If
great.
Right, if that's main canon, that's from not Injustice, but the other one where they're evil. Flashpoint, maybe. Flash ends up in another universe where the Justice League are evil, and their version of the Flash is like, I could tell the second he got here, because my access to the Speed Force halved, because in their universe, their Flash killed all the other speedsters so that he could be the fastest. Also, he's Australian. I don't know why that's wrong.
He's also Australian.
Yeah.
I think that's Flashpoint.
It sounds
I don't
like
know, gang.
Flashpoint. Yeah, it's been a minute.
Let us know.
Yeah. But yeah, so like just more demon princes, more mortals with like access to like demonic souls and chaos magic in general, pull from Bellicor's strength in a very real way.
That really pisses him off.
Oh, yes. And so he just kind of catches the double whammy of like there's more competition in town now, and he's not as impressive as he was anymore.
Aww,
yeah.
Well, real burnout kid syndrome.
Right.
You hate to see it.
So Bellicor starts waging war on the other demon princes. Like they all start infighting. He figures if he can kill them, like a demon can't die permanently. They just go back to the realm of chaos. He figures if he can kill like a big swath of them, or like convince them to join his side, then it can be like a whole thing. But basically all this infighting, like long story short, all this infighting makes the opportunity that the elves, so here's Tyrion and Teclis are showing up, kind of. Yes, because they weren't here. But it's their ancestors.
Oh, okay.
This is the opening that the elves of Ulthuan, this is even before, like, it's not even accurate to call them high elves, because this is before the high elf, dark elf, like, wood elf split
up.
Yeah, it's just the elves, yeah. This is the opening that was created that allowed the elves of Ulthuan, under tutelage of the Seraphon, the, like, lizard people
Yeah.
who taught the elves magic to make what would come to be known as the Great Vortex of Ulthuan. This big whirlpool in the middle of the island of Ulthuan that just acts as like an overflow drain on magic in the world.
Okay.
It pulls all of the excess magic out of the world, which makes it really hard for demons to stay stable.
Ooh.
Yeah. The elves pull just a big, like, no, you can't, and basically banish all of the demons from the world at once.
That sounds very effective.
Yeah, the vortex is the reason why the old world lasted as long as it did. Because even if it wasn't Bellicor, if demons could just like keep manifesting in the world, like they would have, there would have never been an opportunity for like the empire to build up and like the people who fought diligently against chaos to ever get their feet underneath them.
Yeah.
The
vortex been overwhelmed too early.
Certainly. Like this is at the same time of we talked in the Seraphon episode about like Lord Croak. Yeah, and like the first invasion of chaos, how he like blew up a huge like chunk of demons that came for the city of Ixalan. And it like killed him, but not really. And they just like wheel his body out and kick it to have him blow up more lizards or more demons again.
So crazy.
Yeah, that was this event. This was the first invasion of chaos. Yeah.
Okay.
Demon princes and demons just like getting over to Lustria, which is far from like Bellicor's domain, but it was enough to like threaten it and whatnot. But Vortex goes off, pulls all the demons out of the world, or pulls enough magic out of the world that their bodies can't stay stable and they just like dissipate.
Nice.
And creates kind of the status quo for the next however many like thousands of years until the world just gets destroyed.
Yeah. Right. That's where it always ends.
Yeah, that's the one of the big points in the end times, the end of the world is the destruction of the vortex of Ulthuan.
Yeah, that would be a really, really hard thing to bounce back from in the end times.
Yep. We have Marathi to thank for that. Thanks, Marathi.
Thanks, Marathi.
Yeah, back when she was authentically a chaos cultist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How'd that work out for you, Marathi?
Bad.
Not well?
No.
Pretty bad. Sounds pretty bad.
But as the vortex was being like established, like as the magic was going off, Ulthuan was fighting off like a demon incursion. Like demons caught wind of what they were trying to do and had to fight them off. And to win that fight, Tyrion and Teclis's ancestor pulled the sword of Cain.
Oh,
that's the origin.
That's the thing. That's the bad thing.
That's where the curse of Cain. So when I said that Tyrion and Teclis were kind of going to be in this episode, that's where their family bloodline curse originates. This was the fight that their ancestor had to pull the sword to win.
And they got a goddamn blood curse.
Yep. Right.
That's rough.
Sucks,
I get why you thought you had to do it, and maybe you were right, but
yep.
Damn.
Right. So there's like I said, Bellicor is just kind of in everyone's stuff. And so like, even though
caused enough mischief that he got in everyone's stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Like even though Tyrion and Teclis don't have like a lot of personal beef with Bellicor, like he's kind of responsible for their like blood curse that haunts their family. So yeah, we're going to see a lot of that, honestly. So Bellicor gets pulled back into the realm of chaos, and in the realm of chaos, he can no longer like escape the grip of the chaos gods. Like that's their domain. They have full power over it. Yeah. And they basically trap him and just like keep him under heel. They're like
I'm pretty pissed too. It's kind of annoying.
Yeah. A demon can't die permanently. So they're just going to imprison him forever, basically. And they're going to mock him and they're going to like be shitty to him because he
come over and like rattle the cage bars and stick through it.
Pretty much.
Just kick it as I walk by.
Pretty much. So this is the part I excluded up to this point because it's narratively important.
Okay.
So Archaon, right?
Yeah.
Everchosen of Chaos, Grand Marshal of the Apocalypse, person fated to rule the world or to destroy the world. We've talked in previous episodes that Archaon was not the first Everchosen, right?
Yeah.
There are other mortals who have been given the title, sought to destroy the world in the Chaos Gods' names.
They just couldn't pull it off.
They just couldn't pull it off.
Couldn't stick the landing.
Yes. In addition to being the first demon prince, Bellicor was also the first Everchosen.
Of course he was.
Of course he was. But he is not the first mortal Everchosen. He was given the title when he ascended to demon princedom.
Yeah.
And that fact is going to be the basis of where we see Be'lakor for most of the rest of the history of the old world.
Okay.
Because specifically the punishment that the Chaos Gods inflict upon Be'lakor as like punishment for his hubris, punishment for like thinking that he could just take their power and do what he wanted with it, is that the only time Be'lakor is willingly allowed back into the world is that he is the person who sets the crown upon the head of mortal Everchosen forevermore.
Yeah, wow, what a great punishment. Right. Yeah, fuck you, Be'lakor. I mean, I support him, but yeah, it's so juicy good.
Yep, it's literally just the Chaos Gods going, hey, you have to go, like, literally, like, subvert yourself before our new favorite and, like, tell them that they're our new favorite and give them the little crown that shows that they're our new favorite. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
He hates that.
He does it a lot. He gets his first opportunity to do so pretty soon thereafter. It's probably a couple hundred years. I'm not strong on my old world timeline.
Pretty soon thereafter for a demon?
Yeah, for sure.
Chaos God? Yeah,
for
a
sure.
couple hundred years feels pretty soon.
Yeah. The human tribes continue to develop. Norska kind of gets his feet under it quicker because it's building off of the bones of Be'lakor's old empire. And the first mortal ever chosen, Morkar the Uniter, who is given the like honor of being like the human who like re-establishes and like brings all of Norska together in like the image of like how Be'lakor had done it. That's why he's Morkar the Uniter.
Okay. How does Be'lakor feel about him personally?
Bad.
Bad?
Be'lakor hates every ever chosen.
Of course. It's like, I brought the empire, your like kingdom back together. Nah, it's like he just like took credit for his work. You just stole my homework.
Be'lakor's prideful. Yes. He hates everyone who builds off of his foundation to like get their own glory.
It's not big onto teamwork.
No, certainly not. Be'lakor crowns the first mortal ever chosen, Morkar the Uniter, unites the Norscan tribes, raids south of Norska, and is eventually killed by Sigmar. Yeah. Sigmar slays the first mortal ever chosen, and shortly thereafter founds the empire of Sigmar. Like
is this before or after he hit Nagash so hard in the face he died?
Before, because it's before the foundation of the empire, and Nagash is after, because Nagash was showing up to try and disrupt the empire as like a ground for new like skeletons. Yeah,
that's for new skeletons. Yep. Got it.
So again, we have Be'lakor like. Because Sigmar didn't meet Be'lakor at that time, but we have another intersection of like Be'lakor being part of that.
Doing things resulted in another thing that impacts one of our big players.
Always behind the scenes, always in the shadows.
He doesn't want to be. He wants to be center stage. He wants to be top billing.
He's kind of I actually have notes later in my like notes about this, but it's kind of he's kind of conflicted a little bit actually, because Be'lakor is prideful. He's a glory hound. He wants to be recognized as this big important figure, but his like strategy and his like strength is scheming. It's like clandestine and like subtlety. He is like the demon of shadows. Like he always appears as this kind of billowing, shadowy like figure. Yeah, and he's good at like the espionage stuff. He's good at the like whispering in people's ears and like twisting them. But he wants the credit so bad. So he's
you
just
have the credit if you're being sneaky behind the scenes.
Yes, exactly. So we get that. So that's basically the status quo of Be'lakor in the old world. Is both like in the fiction and both on like a meta level. Be'lakor exists as this character who is, for all purposes, trapped within the realm of chaos, but can still whisper to people in the mortal world, can still like influence and scheme. He's exerting as much power as he can from the realm of chaos to try and like twist and shape the world to get his like due, basically, right? And so, like I said, on a meta level, he's just he's a character that a writer can use to be like, this scheme is a little bit too put together for this like random band of cultists. Maybe Be'lakor is the hand behind the throne, right?
Behind it.
Yeah. This king's a little bit. Yeah, this king's a little bit skeevy. We don't know if we can trust him yet. Maybe he's getting whispers from the demon of shadows, right? The first prince.
Yeah, it's a handy literary tool.
Yes.
Okay.
It's also just nice theming that Be'lakor is the first prince, but never the first king, right? Like he is always the bridesmaid, kind of a little bit. Like
so
that's
hard.
very
much cringe.
It's very Be'lakor.
Much cringe.
It's very Be'lakor. But that's the status quo for a long time in the old world, and we start to get more solid like Be'lakor stuff, or more important, at least to our purposes, Be'lakor stuff, nearing the end times, or in the run up to the end times, kind of the pre-end times.
Okay.
I'm gonna hit you with one of those classic Warhammer names. We're gonna talk about a guy called Necrodomo the Insane.
Necrodomo the Insane. You know what? I wasn't sure about Necrodomo, but when we tacked on the Insane, top tier, absolutely, gold star.
We got him. Yep. Necrodomo the Insane, not his real name.
Well, then never mind. The star back.
And Necrodomo might actually be his real name. I thought it was a name that he took, but it could be his real name for all I know, actually. But Necrodomo is a prophet.
Okay.
He gets visions. That's not like a super uncommon thing in the old world. It's unclear how much of it is like chaos gods intentionally whispering in people's ears, how much of it is just like catching stray like magic or like divine like power. There are a lot of like sanctioned prophets of Sigmar, right? Like people who are entrusted to interpret the will of Sigmar. And so it can come from like a lot of different places. In AOS, there are still like kind of a tradition of prophets in the mortal realms.
Oh, that's neat. Okay.
And they can, being a prophet, a lot in Warhammer is less like you have a direct through line anywhere and more like your brain's a big radio antenna.
Okay.
Like you're just picking up kind of errant signals wherever they may fly.
Okay.
So Necrodome is a prophet, and he's odd for a prophet because prophets in the old world tend to have pretty consistent, either they are junk or they tend to have pretty consistent predictions.
So they're fake or real?
Yeah, like
Okay.
there's a lot of prestige behind being a prophet, so a lot of people try and fake it.
Yeah.
But generally, once a prophet has like a proven track record, they're probably not going to have like misses.
Yeah, so they're
Like,
fake or real.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
But
So we
Necrodome
have
is
prophets and we have liars.
yes, but Necrodome is a little bit weird because he gets a mix of like very accurate prophecies and just like garbled nonsense.
Okay.
And so no one's really sure how like seriously to treat him, right?
Interesting. Okay,
Yeah.
I get it.
This is also, we also start to get into like a little bit of a weird place in like Sigmar's empire. Like the closer we get to the end times, we talked a little bit before about how like official policy of the empire is that Skaven aren't real.
Yeah.
And that was an attempt by like the Church of Sigmar to suppress like panic, like how the Empire would react if they knew at any given time there were 8 rats below their floorboards.
Yeah.
Right. And that we see that starting to creep into other parts of the Empire where it gets more and more comfortable being this kind of like religious police state, where
Bad
there's
luck.
this sanctioned
cringe.
truth. Yeah. Like that you can't deviate from. And so even like a decade earlier, there's a good chance that Necrodomo would have been like elevated to a position of prestige, like listened to more closely, like people dedicated to trying to sift through like what he gets right and what he gets wrong. But in this like kind of developing like, no, this is the imperial truth. Like this is like the cult of Sigmar enforces this like cosmology of the world kind of thing. Necrodomo instead gets branded as a heretic.
Gross.
Yes.
That's so rude.
Right.
Brand someone as a heretic if they're not actually a heretic? That's
Right.
mean. Let them earn that.
He is summarily imprisoned as a heretic against the cult of Sigmar for claiming the terrible, terrible lie that the end of the world approached.
Yeah, and it's y'all's fault because you made this one kid's life so terrible.
Right.
I remember that.
Yeah,
I remember that. You're like,
yeah.
this guy's gonna rule the world. Let's make this boy's life a living fucking hell.
Right. We got a theme.
A theme of stop fucking up.
Right. So Necrodomo gets imprisoned. He is not treated well in prison.
No, of course
And we don't know a lot of the details of what happens, but we know that on the verge of death, he is visited by Be'lakor.
Oh shit.
Either we don't know if that's like metaphor, like if he just gets whispered to Bellicor, we don't know, like Bellicor could have hypothetically physically shown up. There's been a couple of times where he's just like slipped the leash and like gotten back into the mortal world. But it's that mix of like usually any chance he gets to get back into the mortal world, he goes big too fast and like gets put down.
Yeah.
I think Sigmar actually killed Bellicor once.
I'm sure.
So they have they have interacted, I'm pretty sure, in the past. Bellicor exclusively refers to Sigmar as the barbarian god because that's how he thinks of him, right? Yeah. He was just some upstart barbarian human, like everything else is.
Nagash also, right?
Yes, they both, because again, like Nagash and Bellicor were ancient when Sigmar was young, right? Like.
Bash their skulls in.
Right?
Yeah.
So
sometimes Sigmar has his moments.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We like Sigmar.
We tactless.
Yeah, we broadly like Sigmar.
Yeah.
So Bellicor visits Necrodomo on the verge of death. Necrodomo's captors die. Again, we don't know if that's like Bellicor physically showed up and killed them, if they were like laid low by chaos magic. Like, we don't know really what happened.
The point is they're dead.
Yes. And for the next, like, however long, when Bellicor just had Necrodomo all to himself, Bellicor either instructed him or just, like, wrote Necrodomo's last prophecy.
This massive,
right.
quadruple-horned demon man just sitting on a stool in a prison cell, writing down this poor man's final words.
That
by just one candle that's mostly burned out.
Yes. That final prophecy, the final prophecy of Necrodomo the Insane, which immediately became not imperial propaganda, but like thought crime, right? Like the most cracked down upon, the most cracked down upon like piece of literature in the Empire that nevertheless managed to spread like wildfire. Like one of the Empire's biggest,
read banned books, kids.
Yep.
Banning for a reason.
They banned it for a reason. Was a prophecy of the end of the world. The next Everchosen, a man named Archaon.
Huh. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
remember how this is the big like throwing the covers off. Remember the thing you just said?
The thing I just said about how prophecy that this one kid was gonna fuck things up, so they made this kid's life a living hell. So he decided, fine, I'll fuck everything up.
Yes. Necrodomo did not foresee a future of the Everchosen. Bellicor wrote this prophecy. Bellicor put the tools in the hand of the Empire to make an Everchosen who could do it.
What?
Yeah, it's not a real prophecy.
It's not a real prophecy?
It's an instruction kit for making the Everchosen. It's Bellicor taking everything he knew about humans, everything he knew about how we can be petty and how we can be rash and how we can try and solve a problem by just like putting it down before it can start, and weaponizing that against us, so that like Bellicor didn't have a person picked out. He didn't have like some individual he already knew would become this thing. He just wrote every step he knew he needed to write for the Empire to make Archaon.
Oh my god!
Bellicor's greatest scheme, everybody.
That is so impressive. Damn, so 5 stars, no notes.
It's so good. Like, found, already like a fringe, like, prophet with like a hit and miss thing, like made sure
already,
that
like enemy of the state,
made sure it was in the position to be like distributed amongst like the Church of Sigmar, so that they would know to like be on watch for this supposed like Archaon figure.
Oh
like,
my god,
it's so good.
Really?
It's so good.
Oh my goodness,
he laid the trap perfectly,
and they just walked right in and snap.
Right.
Then Chaos got to go numb.
Yep.
Chaos eats the worlds, right?
Basically, yeah.
Okay. I don't think you ever explicitly say that, but I like to think they just eat them like a fucking hummus bowl. Just a little chomp.
It pulls all the order out of it, right? It returns
that was an awful sound. I'm so sorry. Like a boba drink?
It's just like the more concentrated chaos magic you get in a place, ideas like friction stop mattering, or like time,
so these
right?
Unravel.
Yeah. Think of what would happen to a rock if all of its molecules suddenly didn't know that they were all part of the same rock. Phew. Right? Yeah. Or like how much gravity influenced something changed wildly from minute to minute.
And Chaos just wants to do this. It doesn't. They don't get anything from doing this. It's not like they're absorbing this energy. They're not like Galactus who needs to eat a planet, right? Or like
Chaos.
An Eternal that needs to create more from the...
No.
It's just... Celestial, not Eternal, excuse me.
Yeah.
It's just for funsies.
Chaos just is.
It's just what they're supposed to do.
Yeah. Okay. Like the Chaos Gods... For all the like agency they are given in the setting, like the Chaos Gods are the drivers behind a lot of the bad things that happen in the world, but the Chaos Gods are as bound to the great game as anybody else. Like the Chaos Gods couldn't decide tomorrow to not try and destroy the world. It's what they are. Like,
oh, okay. Interesting. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Could Be'lakor decide he didn't want to do it anymore?
Maybe.
Like if
he's still a creature of chaos, but
if he decided that he wants to rule, there's really nothing left to rule if he just gets destroyed every time.
Yeah.
So it's like, what if I just fucked you all up
and
kept my toy and didn't let you break it this time?
Yeah, it's probably a mix of that and also just like Be'lakor being aware that he's immortal, right? Like even when the old world died, like Be'lakor just went back to the realm of chaos. Yeah. He knew that there would be another world along eventually, and then he would ply his trade there. Like,
interesting. Okay.
Eternity is nothing to someone who is forever, right? Like. You can't even meaningfully destroy chaos because what does that mean, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Okay.
So we don't know, but what you said like rings true. We don't know if Be'lakor's intention was actually to destroy the world. Like we knew he wanted to create like the perfect Everchosen, like someone who could do it, but it's unclear what he would get from like an actually successful like end times.
Yeah.
Right. It's a mix of my personal theory is I think it's Be'lakor's pride. Like he wanted to show that he's bigger than like the Everchosen because he can just make a perfect Everchosen. Yeah. Like he can orchestrate the creation of not just a Everchosen, but the greatest Everchosen to ever do it.
Yeah.
Like that's my theory for why he did it. Like that he didn't particularly care about the end of the world.
Yeah,
he just wanted he wanted his handiwork on the weapon that did it, right? It's also like Be'lakor was let slip back into the world again when Archaon started his conquest. He fought along Archaon in the end times, so like that could be his motivation, just finally get an Everchosen who gets enough momentum built up that he can like get back into the world and do his thing.
Nice. Okay.
But ultimately, Be'lakor orchestrates this. He whispers into the minds of people to like help further facilitate it. The Empire does what the Empire does and like creates Archaon. Yeah. Archaon rallies the forces of chaos in the end times. Be'lakor fights along Archaon, and as Archaon duels Sigmar in the Eye of the Storm at the very end of the world, like everything like is destroyed. And Be'lakor's sucked back into the realm of chaos with all the other demons.
Damn, okay.
Yeah, and
what happens?
That's Be'lakor in the old world. But before we get into Be'lakor in the mortal realms, I do have to address the thing.
Okay.
The
thing that was stupid?
The stupid thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Because there's probably some of you that listened to me talking about like Be'lakor and Archaon, and you went, "That's not the thing I heard," because this gets repeated a lot. Because it's a very catchy thing. If you... I'm not going to say it's bad. I've already called it the stupid thing, so I am going to say it's bad. I think it's worse than what we have.
Okay.
So there is a book about like Be'lakor and Archaon.
Okay.
That came out like before the end times, when the setting as a whole was very much in that kind of like move fast, break rules, like just whatever is canon is like whatever feeling, where we get a book where it's not just that Be'lakor orchestrated the creation of the Everchosen, but he is literally, physically Archaon's dad. Right? And like,
no,
I get it. Star Wars is cool, but like
Star Wars is cool.
But like, yeah, do you get what I mean? Like, I'm not fundamentally opposed to like, oh, this character is this character's father, like interesting character dynamic, because they don't have that dynamic. Yeah. Be'lakor and Archaon don't get along. Like Be'lakor sees Archaon like as an upstart. At best, he sees him as his own project that got out from under his thumb. Like, to be clear, like in the mortal realms, Be'lakor hates Archaon. He hates him maybe more than anything in the whole world.
That's so funny.
Because he made Archaon as his like as the crown jewel in his own like accomplishments. And then Archaon so outperformed him in every conceivable way that Be'lakor is now second fiddle to this person that he like orchestrated the existence of.
That's
so
funny.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So like
that's way funnier.
Right.
More interesting than he's his dad. And I'm like,
right.
For some reason that just feels gross.
Yeah, right. It's Archaon is not Archaon because he is physically the child of a demon.
Yeah, there's also that. It also like undermines everything about Archaon and the inherent tragedy of his story and his motivation if he's also literally born evil.
Yes, exactly. Like Archaon's story is not a story of like someone who was fated on this path. It's explicitly not a story of someone who was fated on this path.
It's a fake prophecy.
Right, it's a fake prophecy that like the adherence to by people who should have known better was what led to the tragedy of Archaon, right? Like, that is such a more interesting story than, like, he's the son of evil, right? Like
repeating it because they heard it once and it sounds catchy, even after it's been retconned for ages.
Yes.
It's like how people will still say that Wanda and Pietro Maximoff are Magneto's kids.
Right.
They're not. And they actually haven't been since before the Age of Ultron movie came out. That got retconned a chunk of time before the characters were adapted onto the big screen.
Right.
So, and it was such a brief period of time
in
the long run. So it's like, yeah, okay, that was interesting when it was, but it's not that anymore, and it hasn't been for a long time, and it technically never was. It was always a lie.
There's someone listening to the podcast right now who's like, what the fuck do you mean that Wanda and Pietro aren't Magneto's kids? But like, look it up. They haven't been for years,
and again, before Age of Ultron, which is when it became a big thing in like the general fan space to know about it. People would make jokes about, well, if Magneto would just show up, Ultron wouldn't be a problem.
Right.
Yeah, but Magneto's not here.
No,
He has no business being here.
Right.
So why don't you go sit down and read the entire Scarlet Witch wiki like I did in 2017.
Everybody knows real comic book fans don't read comic books. Anyways. Yeah. No, I was not a jab at you. I was making fun of.
No.
Yeah.
Like, I don't remember the last time I bought a comic. I miss free comic book days.
Damn.
That was last weekend. My car had troubles.
Oh, right.
I was completely knocked out of my mind, and then Saturday morning I didn't have a car.
Damn.
So I didn't even if when my good buddy Tim reminded me on Discord, it's today. I was like, fuck. Oh well, maybe next year.
I just pulled all my Deadpool omnibuses out of storage because I'm real pretentious about those movies in a way I'm not going to get into because I don't want to get yelled at a lot on the internet. Anyways.
I already just had opinions about comics and Scarlet Witch and Magneto, so we should get back on track.
So, I don't know if there's ever been like an official GW statement where they're like, this isn't canon, but even the most recent, there's a series where I get a lot of my research for this like podcast on Warhammer's dedicated streaming platform called Warhammer Plus. They have a series called Lore Masters where they do like deep dives into like lore stuff. And on their episode about Be'lakor, which came out like relatively recently to like us recording this episode, or at least me writing these notes, even there they like bring up the dad thing, but they say that it is a rumor spread by people to try and like link Be'lakor to Archaon or to like lessen Archaon's prestige, right? It's exclusively like framed as a in-universe rumor.
Yeah.
So it
could be true.
Right. But I think
it's not.
In my mind, that's GW saying we don't want to come out and say that this is bad because like a lot of people read that book and have like internalized it. But we are going to hint that it's like
not
fake.
True.
Yeah,
this is not a real. If you're going to list facts about the character, this should not be one of them.
Yes.
You could say there is a rumor that.
Yes.
But this is not technically a canon thing.
Yes. Let's talk about Be'lakor and the Mortal Realms.
Yeah.
So, Be'lakor arrives during the Age of Chaos with all the other demons. He doesn't make a big show of it. His thing is subtlety. His thing is espionage. He very quickly entrenches himself in Ulgu, Realm of Shadows, good at keeping secrets. Chaos as a whole has a really hard time getting into Ulgu, mostly because Chaos like operates kind of as a baseline with like marching big armies into places, and Ulgu will fucking mulch that shit.
Yeah.
Like, you can't march an army through Ulgu. It's all going to end up in different places.
Yeah.
Like, you're just going to have everyone marching in lines, and then you're going to stop moving, and they're going to be on different continents. Like, that's just what Ulgu is. But Be'lakor's craftier than that. Be'lakor knows how to, he knows how to operate.
Ulgu will accept him being there because that's his kind of jam to begin with.
Absolutely, yeah. Be'lakor is the realm. Ulgu is the realm of secrets. It is the realm of shadows. It is the realm of keeping things from people and obscuring the truth. And Be'lakor is absolutely, perfectly, wonderfully at home there.
Yikes.
He found a fortress in Ulgu called Mordekar.
Great name.
Yeah.
I like that too. Good strong consonants.
Right.
Mordekar.
It is a fortress, but it's also a labyrinth. Yep.
Cool.
Just because.
Or Ulgu will just tear it apart.
Exactly. He knows how to navigate it. Those loyal to him can navigate it, but it's an excellent guard against, let's be real, the Daughters of Cain, who also operate out of Ulgu and are also extremely good at navigating it and would have found it and gotten to Be'lakor a long time ago if he didn't live inside a labyrinth. This is another one of those, this isn't a huge point, but it's one of my names I hate. We talked about him a little bit in the Ulgu episode. Ulgu has a race of native spirits that get called shadow demons.
Okay.
They're not demons.
They're not demons, though,
no.
and that's kind of important.
Yeah, because demon is an established thing.
Yeah.
They're not made of magic. They are just spirits, basically, that emerge from the mists of Ulgu. But to complicate matters further, Be'lakor works with shadow demons. He just contracts them, basically.
I guess.
Yeah.
Mortals do that shit all the time.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Notably, shadow demons also work with Malarian and Morathi.
I feel like Malarian and Morathi would not be super cool with shadow demons also working for Be'lakor.
It's unknown if any of them know. The shadow demons are just kind of...
They're just that good.
Yeah, selling to all sides, yeah.
Like Be'lakor did.
Yeah, absolutely. They're all of a kind, right?
Okay.
That's the big theme in Ulgu, is everybody's tricking everybody. There's no allegiances.
Yeah, okay.
Even Morathi and Malarian don't really get along.
No, they're not friends.
No, certainly not. And we don't there's not a ton of stuff about Be'lakor. For a long time, he just kind of didn't do much. He was around. He had a model. You could play him in your army.
Okay.
And he was just chilling.
Okay.
He was hanging out. For a long time, you could add him to any other Chaos army because he's scheming. He's in the background. He showed up to this fight because it's important for his own ends, right? Is the idea. He's not really part of your army. He's just here to influence stuff.
He's not part of the cast. He just made a guest starring appearance.
But we know his big goal. I mentioned how much he hates Archaon. We know his big goal is to usurp Archaon.
Okay.
Yes. Again, he sees everything that has happened with Archaon post, basically him becoming the Everchosen as him, upstaging him.
Yes, which he did.
He absolutely did.
There,
you don't get the title Grand Marshal of the Apocalypse for sleeping on the job.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is where I have my note, like I said, about Be'lakor's kind of weird compulsion. Because he's a schemer, he's a trickster, but he's a glory hound, and he's very proud. And so in the early, Age of Chaos and stuff, when Archaon is riding out and conquering the realms and even the big battle of Burning Skies, Be'lakor is letting Archaon do all these big dangerous fights, right? He's hoping that Archaon's going to get injured or he's going to get caught off guard, and Be'lakor can swoop in and take power. So he's being smart, he's being tactical and letting Archaon take all the risks, and he is fucking seething every time that Archaon takes the big risk and gets the big win, and everyone goes, yay, Archaon. He's just, like I said, he's got this weird kind of compulsion where he both wants to play it safe and he wants to do the sneaky strategic tactical thing and let Archaon burn himself out, and he also wants the credit so fucking bad. He wants to be the big champion of chaos, right?
Damn, yeah, that's you. Those are conflicting.
Right.
You literally cannot have both.
Right. So we have basically 2 major events that we get like an in-person showing for Be'lakor in the lore. And one's like super minor, so we're just going to kind of go over it real quick. There's a thing in the lore that we haven't talked about yet. We're going to talk about it more probably later, called the Battle of the 8 Points.
Okay.
This happens during the Age of Sigmar, so this is post-Return of Stormcast Eternals, post like... humans from Azir coming back out into the realms, like founding cities and stuff. The return of this is after the Realm Gate Wars, which is when Stormcast first came down. They started capturing realm gates. They started closing permanently the ones that they could, and most importantly, they start securing the ones that lead back to Azir.
Yeah,
they're opening the safe routes for people to leave Azir and go back into the realms is the idea. So it's kind of on the tail end of the Realm Gate Wars. Basically, while Stormcast are doing that, it's putting a lot of pressure on the armies of chaos to like respond. And Nagash, of all people, sees it as an opening to make his own play for power.
God damn it!
Yeah, always.
Of course. This bitch.
Yes. But he doesn't make a play because like Sigmar is not the target right now. Sigmar is like barely dipping his toes back into the realms to get his own foothold. So while Chaos is distracted, Nagash makes a play for the all points.
Oh my god.
Yes, he tries to take Archaon's seat of power.
Oh my
basically.
god.
Yes. The end gate, the huge gate in the all points that leads to Shaiish, the realm of death, gets absolutely flooded with undead. Nagash personally, well, he doesn't personally show up because he's like woven his soul into the fabric of Shaiish at this point. Okay. Nagash can't leave Shaiish anymore. He is Shaiish. Yeah, it's bad. But skeletons pour through. Chaos is divided onto 2 fronts. Arcane has to like return from the field to defend the all points. I also keep saying all points and 8 points interchangeably. That's because all points is what they were called beforehand. Arcane renamed them to the 8 points because 8 is the number of chaos.
This bitch.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. I was wondering.
Yeah. But they're just both, right? Like it's still the all points.
Okay.
But basically Nagash's push is successful enough that Arcane has to return to the field to defend the all points, and Be'lakor has to personally show up to defend the all points because even though this is a good opportunity for like Archaon to go down, if Nagash succeeded in this, it would like uproot all of the like control Chaos has over the realms in general. Like it would also deny Be'lakor his opportunity to like seize power. No, certainly not. And this very much is just a like, hey, it's been like an edition and a half and we haven't heard anything about a character a lot of people like from the old world. We're gonna have Be'lakor show up at this big fight.
Cool.
Like before we have like something real meaningful for him to do. The first big solo thing that Be'lakor does in the lore actually ties into Morathi.
Okay.
Yeah. It was relevant.
We tricked you!
Yeah. So when we talked about Morathi's ascension, we remember that when she took Anvilgard, all of her assassins were under strict orders to just like paralyze and tie up any Stormcast they found. They didn't want Stormcast dying and returning to Azir, yes, and letting Sigmar what was up. Eventually the word gets out and like Stormcast do show up to try and liberate the city of Anvilgard, and how word gets out is Be'lakor.
What?
Yes.
This bitch.
Be'lakor's trying to sow discord in like the Grand Alliance of Order. He's trying to turn Morathi and Sigmar against each other. And if he can also put a crimp in Morathi's ascension at the same time, like the more the merrier. So he frees one of those Stormcast Eternals that Morathi had captured. And we don't actually know like the details of that. He probably just like killed one.
Right, I am like him personally, or did he whisper and like like did he just show up and like stab him?
I don't think he would show up in Anvilgard. Like that's my. I think he probably like sent a demon to do it, or like used chaos magic to like kill one or something. But basically, we know that he got the word out to Sigmar. To send more Stormcast to liberate the city, to cause that like conflict, which didn't end up working.
No,
right?
because Morathi's still
Morathi,
little Morathi.
Yep, Morathi still ascended. Sigmar still like recognized that it was more important to have Morathi as an ally than to punish her for like what she had done.
This crazy thing she did.
Yep. Like it's just not a alliance we can afford to lose right now, right? And so like technically that Be'lakor scheme failed. Like things are certainly tense in like the Grand Alliance of Order right now, but it didn't like crumble like he was hoping that would make it, right? After those things, those are our like first kind of like little like Be'lakor things, and technically the Marathi thing happens around the same time as the thing that we're about to discuss.
Okay.
All of Marathi and another one that fucking Kragnos. We'll have to talk about him eventually, but I hate him. Hate him and he sucks. But
no!
Marathi and Kragnos and Be'lakor all were part of like a series of like narrative focused books that also had like gameplay rules, like Games Workshop likes to do that about like big events that happen in the lore, called the Broken Realms event.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, where we got like 3 or 4 books, I want to say, that were like following like these changes in story. Like one of them was Broken Realms Marathi, and that was about her ascension, and it had like a layout where you could play the Siege of Anvilgard, where you could like bring your little Stormcast Eternals army and play against the Daughters of Cain army like at the siege,
fun.
and it has like special rules for it and stuff. Yeah, it's great. Like I love shit like that. That's why we like Age of Sigmar.
Yeah, that's really neat.
Yeah. And so after that is what we get the first real big thing, which happens in Broken Realms Be'lakor, which is called the Cursed Skies event.
Ooh.
Yeah. So Cursed Skies. So
great name.
Yes. A little bit of background. So let's talk a little bit about something known as a Silver Tower. So anyone who's been in Warhammer for a little bit, or even newcomers, might recognize the term Silver Tower. Silver Towers are unique, like cosmological structures. Cool. We don't know a ton about them.
Okay.
They're associated with Tzeentch. And each one is overseen by a demon called a Gaunt Summoner. We talked about Gaunt Summoners in the Tzeentch episode. Yeah. Silver Towers are these just like mega structures that exist outside of realm space. Like they're not in the mortal realms. They're not in the realm of chaos. They're just kind of their own little pockets.
Spooky.
Yes. And Tzeentch and the Gaunt Summoners overwhelmingly use them as like a prison / staging ground.
Did they make them?
We don't know.
Interesting.
They probably did. But they could have just co-opted them. We're not sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Like it could just be something that they like found.
They just was there.
Yeah.
Some spooky mystery spot.
Yeah. They've got kind of the like there's the implication because there's 9 Silver Towers. There's a fixed number of them, and there's kind of the implication that if they could make more, they probably would, because they're super useful.
Or if they did make them, they would have only made 8.
Right. Or 9. Well, 9's the number of Tzeentch. That's the other. Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
So that's a point for like maybe they did make them because
it's specifically Tzeentch's number.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. Silver Towers. Like I said, there's 9 Silver Towers. Chaos uses them as like prison / staging ground. Like if you fuck with Chaos and they don't like you, they might just put you in a Silver Tower and leave you forever.
God, okay.
Yep. And also like big demonic invasions or like even invasions of mortals might get like organized on a Silver Tower, and then the Gaunt Summoner, true to their name, will just open a portal. It's a lot easier to open a portal between a Silver Tower because they're not in the realm of chaos. It's a lot easier to open a portal from a Silver Tower into realm space than it is to open directly from the realm of chaos.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So they're super useful.
Yes. So Tzeentch uses them, but then also many of the Gaunt Summoners have been like press ganged into service by Archaon. And so it's a lot easier for Archaon to lead his invasions by just like opening a portal and disgorging Chaos Knights, right? Yeah. Like the worst.
That sounds like a really bad day.
Yeah, you don't want sudden Chaos Knights. It's bad. So Silver Towers are a problem for lots of reasons. And so the Forces of Order are like genuinely trying to like find a way to get around them during this time. And the Seraphon come with a like potential solution. Like they figured out potentially a way to destroy a Silver Tower. Their methods arcane and like kind of unknowable. Again, Seraphon are like a little bit alien, like lizard people. But we don't have like a ton of details, but basically we know that whatever their plan is, A, it works.
Okay.
And B, Be'lakor orchestrated it.
Damn!
Yes. He either gave them the means or he like made sure everything would go right. But Be'lakor has a plan that involves the destruction of a Silver Tower. And at first that was kind of an obvious like, oh, okay, that was one of the ones in service to Archaon. He's just trying to get one under Archaon. Yes. But it's not.
Oh.
So how Silver Towers work and this both like lends and takes away from the idea that like chaos created them in my mind. How silver towers work is basically each one is linked to a bunch of realm gates.
Okay.
And they siphon power off those realm gates to be able to open their own portals. Basically, if realm gates are, like I said, realm gates are like tessers. They're just these naturally occurring like weak points in space where like the realms connect to each other.
Nice.
Silver towers are taking, it's like if realm gate is like a geyser, then a silver tower is just taking all that water pressure and redirecting it to a dam, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, yeah, it's them siphoning off that energy to be able to open, to be able to open portals where we need them, not just these like fixed locations, right? So Bellicor orchestrates, he like tricks or like helps guide the Seraphon into destroying this silver tower.
Ooh.
And when that silver tower is destroyed, it like warps into real space. Something about its own like power is what keeps it outside of real space. And so it appears over the skies of Shaman.
Oh no!
And physically crashes into the plane of Shaman.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Were there any people there?
Oh yeah, lots of people die. It's real bad. It's real bad. Silver towers are massive too.
Yeah.
It's like the
These
Empire.
staging places for like demon armies.
Yeah, it's like the Manhattan landing on Shaman. It's bad. Like,
Fuck.
yes. The tower crashes into Shaman, and all of the realm gates that were linked to the silver tower that it was drawing energy from, the like sudden act of its destruction and the fact that it like collided with a realm and like bombastically was destroyed.
Bombastic's a great word.
Right.
It's just, it says exactly what you mean. Go
Right.
on,
I love it. It's a very good word. That connection like suffers a blowback.
Ooh.
Right? Like this power is being siphoned away from this realm gate, and suddenly the thing it's like being siphoned to isn't there anymore, and more than that is like spectacularly destroyed. That power just like goes rushing back down that connection.
Like when you have a kink in the hose and it builds and builds and builds. Not exactly like that, but when you release the kink in the hose and it just goes whoosh.
Yes.
Just to keep with the water metaphor.
Yeah, 100%. It's
Like
like if
a dam and you take the dam away and it just goes whoosh.
Yeah, it's like if you had a bunch of hoses all connected to the same water balloon, and then you just like stamped on that water balloon. That power is just going to go like back into those hoses, and it's going to cause a buildup, and you might even like rupture a hose, right?
Yes, okay.
Is kind
that is
of
much better.
yes. And so what happens is all of those realm gates, they don't, because like Chaos's ultimate goal, right, is to corrupt realm gates, is to make them lead to the realm of chaos and eventually like pull the whole mortal realms into the realm of chaos.
Yeah.
So it doesn't like link the realm gates to the realm of chaos, but because the silver towers are themselves like full of like chaos magic and stuff, it starts to, it like inverses that relationship. And so instead of power being siphoned from the realm gate into the silver tower, all of these realm gates start leaking pure chaos magic.
Oh no, that's so bad.
Yes.
That's so
it's
bad.
really, really bad. So all these realm gates just kind of immediately become like no man's land. Like chaos magic is mutative. It's like anathema to life. If it doesn't kill you, it turns you into like a horrible gibbering monster. Like lots of realm gates are like lots of cities are built around realm gates. Like, so you just have very suddenly these like cities and townships and like little settlements get turned into these horrifying, like warped, mutated, like disaster zones.
Yeah.
It's
big yikes.
It's just like it's like a Chernobyl event, basically.
Yeah.
Where, just real bad, real fast. But that is not by any means the be-all and end-all of Bellicor's plan.
Okay. This is just part one?
Yes.
Step A, if you will?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So Bellicor orchestrates the destruction of the Silver Tower, knowing that it is going to cause problems with these realm gates, knowing that it is going to cause them to start leaking chaos magic. That's not his end goal. That's the diversion. Yes.
It's just a distraction.
It's a terrorist attack fundamentally is what it is. It's you're hitting a bunch of civilian populations with a bad thing, right? And so you can enact your actual like thing you want to do. So it's not the only part of the like distraction though. So simultaneously cities.
How does Seraphon feel about all this?
Bad. I mean they're successfully destroy a silver tower, which is a thing they wanted to do anyways. It's just that, again, because of like details of the plan or because of like how they managed to accomplish it, they got. Like, Be'lakor absolutely tricked him into, like, enacting part of his plan. And they're very mad about it.
Yeah, I would be too.
They're real going off on Be'lakor.
Did they know Be'lakor was helping with the plan before it went wrong?
Certainly not.
Okay,
no.
good.
Seraphon would never, ever work with chaos. Yeah.
The space dinos from Beyond the Stars would never do that.
Certainly not.
Okay.
So, simultaneously, like, these realm gates are leaking chaos magic. These towns are getting hit really hard. Like, Stormcaster organizing, like, people to go in there and try and, like, evacuate civilians and stuff. So simultaneously, Be'lakor orchestrates a series of attacks by demons and by like a group we haven't talked about yet, but we have to talk about them because they're part of this. Be'lakor orchestrates a series of attacks on like settlements, again, just as like a diversion tactic by demons and by ghosts.
By ghosts? Why not talking about ghosts?
We're gonna
Nagash all the fucking time. We haven't mentioned ghosts.
They're definitely getting their own episode because they're fascinating. I love how AOS does its like ghosts. But the like ghost faction in Age of Sigmar are called Night Haunt. They are led by the prestigious Lady Alinder.
Great name.
Yeah.
Wow, great names this episode.
Right.
Not a single miss.
All of Nagash's generals are called his Mortarchs. Literally just Mort as in death, Arc as in power.
Yeah. That one sounds bad.
Yeah,
so
I'm not a huge fan of Mortarch.
What I just said about great names all episode line. Mortarch is just sounds bad.
Lady Alinder is the Mortarch of grief.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
She's a big, cool ghost lady. I love her a lot.
Okay.
But so Be'lakor basically, because he knows he's not going to be able to like muster enough demons to make this a meaningful distraction on his own, he basically performs some like shotgun diplomacy with Lady Alinder, where he infiltrates the seat of Lady Alinder's power, and manages to capture her mortal remains.
Shit,
yes,
that's bad.
Yes, yep. It's literally just to like help me with this like plan, or I'm gonna destroy your mortal remains and
salt and burn your bones.
Yep, 100%.
That's how you get rid of ghosts. Another slice of life advice.
Yeah.
You salt and burn the bones.
Yeah. Unclear if that specifically would work with Night Haunt. Lady Alinder certainly doesn't want her remains destroyed, but it might just like make her crazy. We don't actually know.
We don't want to
it's bad. It's bad for Night Haunt. We know for sure. But so Lady Alinder orchestrates the Night Haunt in this plan, basically just out of self-preservation. Be'lakor has demons attack other realm gates, other settlements, just sow chaos as wide as possible.
Yeah.
Try
and don't
yes.
let anyone get on. Keep them on their back foot.
Yes. His explicit goal is to pull as many Stormcast as he can to the field.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Yep. All of the attacks are widely dispersed. It's not like one huge army of demons and ghosts like attacking a single city.
Yeah,
it's like
a bunch all over the place.
Yes, it's like we have one way the hell over here. We have one way the hell over here. All of the attacks are on Shaman, where the tower crashed.
So it's like already bad there, and now things are getting worse.
Exactly. Again, like Be'lakor wants the biggest response he can get.
Yeah.
He wants as many Stormcast to field as he can get.
Hey, y'all, I'm so scared right now. I'm so scared right now. And it's not just because there are ghosts.
No.
Ghosts!
One of the gates that was made unstable by that silver tower crashing is called the Gate of White Gold. It surrounds a settlement. It's very important because it leads back to Azir. So that's a very important. Yes, very important to defend. So a whole Stormcast host, like an entire Stormcast chapter, gets deployed just to defend the Gate of White Gold. Yeah. It is under heavy attack. Like, it's the only one that both got destabilized and is getting ghosts on it. Yeah. No. That host is deployed to defend the Gate of White Gold. They think that like Be'lakor's plan is just to hit these realm gates and redirect them to the realm of chaos. Yeah. That's been Chaos's MO this whole like war so far. And so they are trying to defend it from that. They have their like backs against the gate, defending all oncomers. But unbeknownst to the forces of order. So Seraphon attack Silver Tower, managed to bring it down, like warps into the real space. Yeah.
It brings it down to a bad spot.
Yes, destabilizes all these gates. That's real bad. But they knew that that was part of the plan. Like the Seraphon shared that plan with Sigmar. Like everyone knew that this was the big, like, let's blow up a Silver Tower operation.
Okay. They just didn't know what was going to happen.
Yes, exactly. It went good until it went bad. Unbeknownst to everybody, Be'lakor also influences and gives secrets to Clan Eshin of the Skaven on how to destroy a silver tower.
No!
The Skaven have no particular love of Archaon either. And also, Clan Eshin are like mercenaries by nature. They will do yeah, exactly. There are ninja rats, if you remember. Yep.
Very, very cool.
Yep. And so, as all of this is going on, as like Stormcast have deployed to the field and they are defending the Gate of White Gold, Eshin detonates a massive warpstone bomb in a second silver tower.
Damn it!
It does not crash into real space. Like the means was just like different for whatever reason.
Okay.
It is kind of implied that because like it was a warpstone bomb, warpstone's pure like hardened chaos magic.
Yeah.
That it might have just like warped into the chaos realm and crashed there instead.
That sounds
Yeah, but it has a similar effect. Like
shit,
all the
gates,
yes, all the gates it was connected to get more unstable, and one gate in particular was connected to both of the towers that just went down.
Interesting. Is that good? Is it the Gate of White Gold?
It is the Gate of White Gold. So the Gate of White Gold fully inverts. It does the thing that like it doesn't even lead to the realm of chaos. It just starts disgorging pure unfiltered chaos magic. Like if the others were like a radiation leak where it was like, ooh, this is a bad thing, but we might be able to like patch this, and like this is the entire manhole getting ripped off of like a pure fountain of chaos magic. It is.
This is a full on
capital B bad. Yeah. Chaos magic just completely pouring into the world, and through some weird interaction with this specific realm gate, Bellacor's influence, because we know this is what he wanted to happen, or because it was like the Silver Tower like doing it, all of that magic disgorges and congeals and starts to leak into the sky above Shaman. Yeah. Okay. It becomes this like hanging ethereal storm cloud that covers at first the Gate of White Gold, but it is coming in like gallons, right? It is pouring out more and more and more every minute, and it's not and it's not long before this huge swirling veil of pure chaos magic has just covered all of Shaman.
Nope. Oh, bad.
Yep.
So bad. Gone wrong.
Just an impermeable cloud of pure chaos magic.
Big yikes.
And that has a couple of effects. So, like, we know this was Bellacor's intent. Yeah. Like, this is what he wanted to happen. This was the whole reason for orchestrating all of this. And the reason he wanted to lure so many Stormcasts to Shaman before this happened is because that's what the Cursed Skies is. It's this veil of, like, uncompromising chaos magic over the Shaman. It is such dense.
Can they not get back?
They can't get back.
No!
It's a snare. It's a net. Like, not only can like Stormcast can't get through it, so like all like Stormcast can't deploy to Shaman anymore. Like their lightning just can't punch through it. If a Stormcast dies on Shaman, their soul tries to go back to the anvil and it can't get there. It gets caught.
No!
It gets caught in the Cursed Skies.
Oh my god, that's so scary.
It's so bad because they like it doesn't kill them. It can't kill them.
It can't kill
They're
them.
eternal. They're just stuck.
That's horrible.
It's real bad. It's real bad. It was a real fucking escalation of the stakes when it happened, let me tell you. Like the host deployed to the Gate of White Gold, they get overwhelmed as like chaos magic pours out from the gate and knocks them off guard. They are killed to a man and they are trapped in the Cursed Skies. Like that host is obliterated in moments.
Yeah.
A thing that up to this point
shouldn't have been able
to no one
could not happen.
This is like the moment when Stormcast come again to like fear death. Because like
that's worse than
yes, right?
Yeah.
Like you're not reforging from that. Like it's not like someone can go in and get you. It's pure chaos magic.
Oh gosh.
Like no one can withstand it. Except Stormcast, and they're just gonna get trapped in it, right?
So they're not. So it can't corrupt them.
No.
But they can't get out.
Yes. They're just trapped like forever as like lightning bound souls in the storm of the Cursed Skies. Nightmarish.
Yeah, I already find Stormcast so sad. And
right.
I'm so upset.
Right. So that's Bellacor's plan. He creates the first, like, he creates Chaos's answer to Stormcast. Like, how do you fight an opponent that can't die forever? You trap them. You don't kill them. Like,
damn, that's really smart.
Right.
Fuck.
But it's not the end of Bellacor's
Oh
plan.
my god, what? But wait, there's more.
So on Shaman is a city called the Vindicarium.
Okay.
It's it guards another huge realm gate to Azir. It's a cornerstone of like Sigmar's efforts to like push into Shaman and like reclaim parts of it. And is the home of the Celestial Vindicator Stormhost.
Okay.
It is one of these cities that is like big enough and important enough that an entire host of Stormcast just live there full time.
Okay.
Like if they die, they reforge on Azir, and then they just immediately take the gate back. Like they're a standing army, which is like super uncommon for Stormcast because they can like being able to deploy anywhere is part of their strength.
Yeah.
Like you sacrifice a lot by having them be on site all the time, but it's just that important.
Oh, okay.
Celestial Vindicators are already there ready to defend it while this is going on. And when the fighting started with the Night Hunt and with the demons, the Hallowed Knights are good anti-chaos boys, get deployed there as well, specifically to counter the chaos threat.
Yeah.
Hallowed Knights are particularly good at combating chaos corruption. They were extremely instrumental in like reclaiming huge chunks of Gyran from Nurgle.
Nice.
Super duper helpful. My boy Gardas is a Hallowed Knight.
Yeah.
Yes. He's super uncorruptible. So they are in the Vindicarium when the cursed skies happen.
Oh, okay.
And big oh no, my boy Gardas is in the Vindicarium when the cursed skies happen.
No.
They immediately clock what's like happening.
Yeah.
Like they see the souls like try and shoot back to Azir and get snared. And as fighting reaches the Vindicarium, they watch as even like the people they're fighting alongside like Stormcast get killed and their souls get trapped in the skies above them. Like so it's not a good vibe, fam. We have one of our first. So this was all the end of the second edition of the game. Was like the Broken Realms event, and so we don't have like a ton of like ongoing lore like building up to this point. But we actually have one of our first big impactful character deaths in the setting. Gardas got a lot of the earliest like Stormcast focused books because he's great and I love him. One of his oldest companions was a Stormcast called Lord Castiliant Grim. Who, yes, fortunately, he dies at the Vindicarium, and he is trapped in the cursed skies. Gardas, my main boy, like, he knows the mission. He was fully prepared to, like, fight to defend the Vindicarium, even if it meant losing himself. Like, that's just fundamentally who Gardas is as a character.
Yeah.
Bellacor's coming for the Vindicarium. Like, Be'lakor personally shows up to lead the siege of the Vindicarium. We still don't fully know what specifically he wants for the Vindicarium. My guess is just because it's a realm gate that leads to Azir.
Yeah,
like he wanted to be
good thing to have.
Yes, it would be Chaos's first foothold in Azir.
Yeah,
and that's a huge feather in his cap.
Get.
Yeah, exactly. He would be again. It would be a thing he has over Archaon, which is important to him.
It's like, you don't have the foothold in Azir badge? Well, I have the foothold in Azir badge.
So Be'lakor personally shows up to the Vindicarium and like not wanting anyone else to risk the threat of like being killed, Gardas personally fights Be'lakor on the walls of the Vindicarium.
Okay.
They fight for a while. It's a big punch up. Again, Gardas has kind of the advantage here. He is uniquely good at fighting chaos. Like he's incorruptible. And for all of Be'lakor's strengths, he's not a good fighter. Like
he's just a big old demon dude, but that's not really what he does.
He's a manipulator. Yeah.
He's other people to do the fighting.
Yes, exactly. So he's capable. He's still a demon prince, but they are pretty evenly matched.
Okay.
But Gardas has dwindling numbers of Stormcast, and Be'lakor has lots and lots of demons. And so this fight starts to turn against the assembled Stormcast. Like, we lose more of them. The Celestial Vindicators, like, prioritize, like, protecting the Realm Gate, while the Hallowed Knights, who are better at, like, dealing with chaos corruption, like, push the fight to, like, keep demons outside the walls, like, tactics, and trying to, like, isolate this down to a moment where there's potentially still like a victory condition here for the Stormcast, even though they're like very quickly losing numbers. And right when everything seems like it is going to go absolutely bad, like Be'lakor gets the upper hand over Gardas, and we are staring down the like idea that Be'lakor might like get that first foothold. Like the event's called Broken Realms, everybody. Like might get that first foothold into Azir. Be'lakor has to like full on like duck and cover as just a fully unloaded barrage of gunfire like clips his wings. The Caradron are here.
Hey, the Caradron
are here. Our mercenary capitalist sky pirate dwarves. They originate from Shaman, and they have been keeping it like doing their best to like keep a lock on it throughout the entire Age of Chaos. Like a lot of the other, like a lot of the dwarven clans fled Shaman. It's like super inhospitable. The Caradron adapted. They built their like, their huge flying sky fortresses, so they never had to like land in one place and become easy targets. They built their like sky ships and have been like taking the fight to Tzeentch, who is like the most present chaos force in Shaman, like using their air superiority to like push back against like Tzeentchian forces. Like the Caradron have been here. Like
damn, they've never left.
Yeah. And like this far into like past the Age of Chaos and into the Age of Sigmar and stuff, the Caradron have kind of settled into like an uneasy like normalcy. Like they still fight chaos, but they are focused on kind of that like trade and commerce thing that has become like their mainstay. But such a huge like threat directly to Shaman.
It's a big problem.
Yeah, like they rally the Caradron legions and we get all of the big Barak Kron and Barak Nar and like all these big like Caradron like sky ports who are taking their like sky realm gates back into Shaman to like rally the clans and like get everybody together.
Metal.
Right, it rules. We give a lot of shit to the Caradron because they invented capitalism, but like they know when to show up.
But they showed up, okay? Yeah.
So, like, Be'lakor has to, like, he misses the, like, killing blow on Gardas, basically, by, like, the Caradron intervention. He has to back off a little bit, but initially he's unimpressed. It's like, I've got an endless legion of demons. We're already on the upper foot. What is, like, these dwarves are going to come in and, like, wreck shit, but, like, we can win before that becomes, like, a huge factor here. And, like, here, I'm going to, I'm going to pull more demons from, like, the realm of chaos to, like, fight these airships. Like, this is minor complication. Like they denied me my victory in this moment and they'll pay for that, but I'm not like it's fine. Like it's fine. But his tune changes. He surveys the ships coming in and it is just like sky blotting out with ships, right? Surveys the ships coming in. Yep. And he spots someone on one of the ships that gives him pause.
Pause?
Yes. Standing at the front of one of the ships is a white-haired dwarf, beard in like long flowing white beard and like kind of wild like hair flowing behind him, standing out on the prow of the ship where Be'lakor can't, so that Be'lakor can see him, just like making an entrance, basically saying that I am here now and this is over.
Okay.
And that person, dear listeners, is not who you fucking think it is. There's gonna be another weird like
okay, yeah, great. I mean, I don't know who it is at all.
Yeah.
I'm glad the listeners are at least wrong.
There's gonna be okay, so who that person is, sorry to like take the air out of this moment, by the way, but who that person is Grungni. It's the Maker God. It's the last surviving dwarven ancestor god.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Remember, like, went to Azir to service debt to Sigmar.
Yeah.
Like, helped create the Anvil of Apotheosis. Yeah. Like, he's been around. He's been making stuff. And in this moment, he decides to, like, so many of the dwarven clans, like the Caradron and the Fire Slayers and like the Dispossessed, like the other like dwarven clans, all have been operating off this normalcy of like our gods are dead or abandoned us. Like we are no longer like a people of the gods. Like, and Grungni chooses this moment to like join like the Caradron rally, like basically be like, I've not been around for you. I have not like been part of your like collective, but I am still the maker god. I am still like here to make something of like these disparate dwarven clans. Like this could all be like great again. Like this could be something that we like work together to achieve.
Damn. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And so he rides into this Siege of the Vindicarium on the front of this Caradron ship, just in the flesh. Like as he was, like Sigmar, all the dwarven gods are ascendant. They were mortals at one time. But unlike Sigmar, dwarven gods just ascend to godhood by like being remembered by the dwarven people.
Oh,
basically, they're ancestor gods. And so Grungni appears as he was in life. Like he's just a dwarf on the front of this ship, but he exudes such like divine power in that moment. Bellicor like clocks him. Like he could have won this fight still with just like the Caradron Legion showing up. He's not strong enough to go toe to toe with a god. Certainly unprepared. Yes. Certainly unprepared. And so he dips. Yeah. He's just like, I got the cursed skies. I got most of what I wanted. I don't get this feather in my cap, but I'm out.
Yeah.
KO and Stormcast together managed to mop up the last of the demons. No longer under threat, Lady Olinda just recalls the Night Haunt. And that's the end of the Siege of the Vindicarium.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah, right? And now to talk about the thing that I alluded to earlier, dear listeners. So I got into Age of Sigmar right around the end of 2nd edition. Okay. Like, by all accounts, like, the Broken Realms event is kind of what, like, permanently sealed my life to Warhammer, basically. Where I was like, hey, this is a cool, like, board game. Like, I'm enjoying playing this board game. And, like, I'm expressing myself through painting. And, oh, wow, there's, like, story happening in these books that I can play out on the tabletop. And, like, there's developments happening that, you know, yeah, like, seriously, like, that was a huge... Broken Realms is, like, a huge, huge part of my, like, developmental brain, like what I associate with like the best times of Age of Sigmar, like, and some of that's nostalgia, but it's also was just really cool and fun.
Nice.
But dear listeners, if you like me were around for like the Broken Realms and like the Cursed Skies event, in that book, in like Broken Realms Bellicor, when all this happens, we don't get the name of the dwarf on the front of that ship.
Oh.
We don't get told it's Grungni. And even if you weren't around for that, listeners, and you heard me giving the description of that dwarf, like from that book, there's a dwarf in Warhammer lore called the White Dwarf.
Okay.
Who's like has like he doesn't braid his beard and he lets his hair be unkempt for like lore reasons. And that was like super clearly who it was.
And they just changed their mind?
Yeah, like
Why?
It's so obvious. So the White Dwarf's real name is Grumbrindle.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good name. And like,
it's a fine name.
Going back and reading it now, even like it's so clear that the intent was to like foreshadow like because Grumbrindle has been wholly absent from Age of Sigmar. He is like we also don't like Grumbrindle's weird because he's not like a recognized ancestor god.
Okay.
But he's definitely an ancestor god. Basically, like, he's not, like, honored amongst the pantheon. He doesn't have, like, shrines and temples and stuff. But he shows up all the time. Like, he's either an ancestor god or he's just, like, a spirit that, like, guides the dwarven people.
I like the second one.
Right?
I like the second one?
Yeah, he's cool. Okay. I like Grumbrindle a lot.
Both are good. But the second one feels good.
Yeah, it feels different in, like, in a really interesting way. But he's been like totally absent from Age of Sigmar up to this point. Like this felt in the moment like everyone was just like, okay, cool. Like Grumbrindle's back. Like he was gone for a while, but he's here again to guide the dwarven people in their time of need.
Yeah,
like that
feels exactly when he'd show up.
I was gonna say exactly. Like narratively, it makes so much sense that he would show up in this moment to like help guide the Caradron towards like doing the right thing.
Yeah,
it makes so much sense that it would be like. This is a unifying thing that we can do because that's Grumbrindle's like thing.
Yeah.
Is that he's like the voice of the collective dwarven people, like the diaspora of like dwarven people. And then it's just like not. Like,
why? Do we know why?
I don't know.
Has he come back in some other way?
No. Like
did they just decide no?
I think so. I think that's got to be it. Is that like so? It's no secret that the print time between like we wrote a Warhammer like thing and then we put it to print is over a year.
Ooh, that's a long time.
Yes. And usually that's because of like rule stuff, right? Like you got to rules, you got to playtest rules, you got to send them to the printer, you got to print a bajillion copies and ship them to stores all over the world, right?
Okay, yeah.
And so we know it's a long development time. We don't have any way of knowing. Like, we'll probably never know, because the official line is, yep, that was Grungni, it was always Grungni. Like, right?
Bullshit.
Right, but it's not. It was Grimbrindle. And my thought is, I think at some point, someone decided, like, this was going to be the reintroduction of Grimbrindle. Someone, like, higher up the chain of command, or, like, in a different, like, creative industry said, like, we don't have any, like, plans for that. We don't really want to like pull Grumbrindle back in right now, but we do want to do more stuff with Grungni right now. And it just got like changed post hoc to like, no, it was Grungni, and now we're going to tell more stories about Grungni. Like I could see somewhere in a creative pipeline someone being like, we don't need to bring Grumbrindle back because we already have this like other important dwarven character that we're not really doing anything with, and we should focus on them first.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. It seemed like he was pretty well set, but no, it doesn't sound like anyone was asking, hey, what's he doing?
Yeah.
Like, we knew what he was doing. He's making shit.
Yeah, he's making shit. He's helping. But that's all speculation. I don't know. You don't know. Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
Someone at GW knows, but they're not going to tell.
Not talking.
Yep.
Bellicor got his ass beat.
Yes. Well,
yeah. And Bellicor got driven back.
Yes. Bellicor gets driven back, retreats to Olgu, siege is broken. The rest of the Stormcast take Realm Gates home because they can't get back through the Cursed Skies. And for the foreseeable future...
I thought you meant they took them home with them.
Oh, no.
Like they physically like, put them in a suitcase.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Skull for the Skull Throne.
But, yep, Stormcast retreat. The Celestial Vindicators stay in the city, help start rebuilding. It is their city to, like, watch. And Grungni... like sets about like helping like start slaying those roots for like getting more like interdwarven cooperation going. But he does take a quick detour back to Azir.
Okay.
Because he's got a new project he needs to work on. So next part of my notes is called Development Since. Like the Cursed Skies event is kind of Bellicor's big thing that he's done in Age of Sigmar so far. Like he put real stakes behind Stormcast, right? Because the Cursed Skies don't just stay on Shaman.
Oh shit.
Over the next little while, the Cursed Skies just kind of spread everywhere.
Oh shit.
Yeah. It becomes a real problem there for a while. We have a brief like I don't want to say era because that makes it seem too long. We have like a chunk there where Stormcast effectiveness is like drastically reduced. To get anywhere, they just have to take Realm Gates like everybody else. And like because of the efforts made by like the Realm Gate Wars, they have better access to Realm Gates than a lot of people. But that's still a hell of a lot different than descending on bolts of lightning. Yeah, 100%. So one of the things that happens pretty quick, and there's another one that's like, I wish they'd given this a little bit more time for narrative reasons, but I understand why they didn't, because it's where narrative intersects with like business stuff. Listeners, if you've seen Stormcast, you've probably seen like older Stormcast models, like especially when Stormcast were first coming out. They're kind of bulky, they're kind of blocky. Our buddy Dave Warhammer here on Darian's shelf.
I think the cat's knocked him down. He might even
he's down here by
he's
your
down here now?
by your Lore Olympus books.
Oh yeah, located.
He's got kind of like a chunky frame. Early Stormcast models were very much meant to emulate that kind of like Space Marine aesthetic.
Yeah.
They were, for product reasons, they are Space Marines, right? They have big flat panels, they're easy to paint, and they share an aesthetic with a thing that we already know sells well, right?
Yeah.
Like that's the original Stormcast. By this time, GW is more confident in Stormcast as their own thing.
Okay.
They want to differentiate them. Yeah, they want to differentiate them a little bit visually from like the Storm or from the Space Marine mold. Specifically because like Stormcast aren't Space Marines. They're not like biologically augmented. They're not full of machine parts and weird growth hormone. They're just people. They're big people. They're big, reborn people from their souls. So their
souls have been recrafted by a god,
infused with lightning, but they're allowed to have like more normal proportions. I'll say it, all Space Marine people look like Duplo people, and like that's fine. They fill a good product role, and they're trying to emulate like back when injection plastic molding was worse, and so you couldn't get like the fine detail you can now. It's fine. Space Marines look fine. They're not my thing, but they look fine. So on the product end of it, GW is like, okay, we want to make more Stormcast that just kind of look more like proportioned.
Yeah,
we want them to have more like kind of knight in armor proportions because that's what people playing the fantasy game want. Like they want them to look, knights. They want knights. Like they want kind of standard proportion knights. And so in narrative, what happens to justify that basically is that we have a period of darkness where the Stormcast effectiveness is greatly reduced. Grungni has returned to Azir and he's working on a project in secret. And when he reveals it with like the aid of Sigmar, he has developed new armor for Stormcasts.
Tight.
It's called Thunderstrike armor.
Cool.
It has like more of Sigmar's lightning infused into it, and it makes it so that when a Stormcast dies, their soul explodes. It's fine. Let me be clear.
Okay.
Their soul
like a
doesn't.
Bomb.
Yeah, their soul doesn't like get hurt. But when a Stormcast dies, their soul, like the lightning in their soul, reacts with the lightning in the armor, and it causes the armor to detonate.
Okay.
Which propels the Stormcast upward with enough force that it's not foolproof, but more often than not, they can punch through the cursed skies and get back.
Okay.
Yeah. So it still introduces a little bit of threat, still introduces a little bit of stakes. Like I said, it's not 100%. There's always the chance that when Stormcast dies now, their soul might get snared in the cursed skies still. Like the armor just doesn't go off right, or it doesn't get enough force behind it, or they're somewhere where it's
like
thicker.
Like it could happen, but it doesn't
a little
really
bit.
happen.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
It gives us a little bit more of a threat of stakes on like Stormcast dying is kind of beyond just like the reforging sickness, right?
Which was already pretty bad.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Like that felt pretty steaky.
For sure.
That felt pretty medium rare steak to me.
Yes, yeah. I have a mixed opinion on the Cursed Skies. I like it as like a narrative of like chaos isn't just being idle while Stormcast like hit them.
They're trying to find chaos is looking for ways to target and disempower Stormcast specifically, which is very interesting. It was like immediately we were like, don't worry about that. It could still, it's not foolproof. It could still happen.
Yes.
It probably only happens when we want a narrative gut punch.
Yes. You've hit on it exactly. I would have preferred, and like I said, there's business reasons for why this didn't happen. Like, the reason we get Thunderstrike armor is because Thunderstrike armor is sleeker, and it's like that more like new aesthetic.
An in-story reason. I mean, I guess I feel like it could have just had cool new armor.
Right.
Now, it's cool. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But it just if I feel like if the solution wasn't just they got rid of the cursed skies, then this just feels like a weird workaround that it's still there, but sometimes it'll bother you. But only if we want to write a story that makes you sad.
Yes. Even if you would like I think the preferable like narrative thing that should have happened is like we did the cursed skies and we go like a full edition even. Like an edition usually lasts like 3 years. We go a full edition where Stormcast have to foot slog everywhere and it is dark and it is dour and like things are bad. And then you can pop the next edition with like new Stormcast models. We finally figured out Thunderstrike armor and it just works.
That's it. Like, that's what makes me mad. Like if it just worked, I'd be fine with that.
Exactly.
And then it's just the tragedy of like the Stormcasts that were lost here, they aren't lost anymore, but we can't save them. It's the fact that it's not foolproof, which I think is some bullshit.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said,
if there's not a mechanical in game where your Stormcast dies, now you roll a dice to see if they're fine. Like, is that it?
No, that doesn't happen. No, yeah.
You just want to make me sad when you write a book.
Yes. Yeah, it's a big like. It's one of those things that would have been written better if not for business reasons, and isn't that just like how Warhammer goes sometimes? Like
that's so weird,
right?
Whatever, fine.
Right,
okay.
yeah.
But I bet the new designs are cool.
Yeah, they're cool.
The armor's cool, yeah.
Yeah, so I actually went and grabbed, dear listeners, one of the, like, Thunderstrike Stormcast out of my room so that Darian can see
Ooh.
She's not painted, but yeah.
Oh, she's much cooler.
Right.
much cooler than Guy Warhammer over here. I like her much better.
Yeah, like I said, she's got a more...
Like a knight.
Yeah, exactly. And they're like both, for people in the know, Guy Warhammer's a sequitur. And our new Lady Thunderstrike Stormcast is one of the Thunderstrike Liberators from the Skaventide set.
Cool chainmail.
Right.
You can see her face. She's got like a more like fluid dynamic
yes.
pose.
Yep.
Yeah, she's tight as hell.
Right. And And again, like her proportions are a little bit more normal. She's still got like shoulder plates, but they're not like bigger than her head. Like
yeah, this guy looks crazy,
right? And again, like early Stormcast were just trying to emulate Space Marines. That's fine, it sells, like whatever. But like this is the reason like Cursed Skies happened in the kind of rushed way that it did. If they'd spent some time for it to like ruminate and had more impact, then that would be one thing. But like in real life time as well, it's kind of like Broken Realms Bellicor came out, and then Broken Realms Kragnos came out, which is the last one in that run, and I hate Kragnos, so I don't want to talk about him. And then like right after that, we got like the announcement for 3rd edition, and that's when the first like set of Thunderstrike armor happened. So like in narrative, there was like a period of darkness, and like it was bad for a while, like in fiction. But in real lifetime, there was like 2 months where Stormcast couldn't get back to the anvil. Like
that's so fast.
It's bad, yeah.
It's so fast.
Again, it's handled bad.
Yeah, and again, the reason I don't like it is because it doesn't always work.
Yes,
I'm like, man, if you just wanted to make this story to, okay, and now we have cool new models.
Yep. Yeah, it's just a weird intersection, especially with Games Workshop. Like, any 40K people listening to our podcast right now are pointing at the screen going like, ooh, because they did the same thing to Space Marines.
Oh man, sorry, y'all.
I don't think Space Marines redesign look as good, but again, I'm biased. I don't like how Space Marines look. But they took a little bit of the Duplo proportions away from Space Marines and made them a little bit more like finesse, made them a little bit more like normal human proportions.
I'm not sorry, y'all. That seems pretty cool.
Yeah, but they again did it in a stupid way.
Oh, I'm sorry,
yeah. There's a guy in 40K named Belisarius Call, who's a tech priest of the Adeptus Mechanicus.
You just keep saying more words.
Yeah. He's a robot priest who...
No, you said more words!
He's a robot priest who helps the Imperium. And he, in secret, did a bunch of experiments to perfect the process by which Space Marines are made.
Okay.
And then that all just got revealed at one time. It was he made a bunch of them, and then he went surprise, and that was their version. So like at least we got it better than 40K is my
apparently someone ordered a clone army for the Republic.
I mean, it's like he had like because Belisarius has no reason to like hide that he was making improvements to the process. He has no reason to make a bunch of them before telling anyone. Like it was literally just like, we need to start selling these better looking models. Call did it. You better call. Call. All
right, fine, whatever. Sometimes it be that way. Cool models though. They
do get the better verb. Because getting moved to Thunderstrike armor is getting Thunderstruck. But being the new version of Space Marines are called Primaris.
Okay.
And becoming a Primaris Marine is crossing the Rubicon.
Crossing the Rubicon does sound pretty cool.
Right.
I'll give you all that. Getting Thunderstruck, that's pretty cool.
That's
Crossing
good.
the Rubicon it's got some weight behind it.
Yeah, it's got implications. Because again,
that's
like the Imperium is a fascist dictatorship, and their current leader is like Roman themed. It's Rabute Gilliman. Robot Gorilla Man. And famously crossing the little history lesson in this episode of the Bad Moon's Orbit.
We're not talking about 40K, we're talking about history.
Yeah. Rubicon is the river in Rome that Caesar famously crossed when he turned on Rome. Like that was his coup where he took control of Rome, became dictator.
Damn, son.
Yes. So crossing the Rubicon is like, ooh, that's got some heft behind it. But it's also like, what is this like dark thing that we are accomplishing, right? Like that's interesting. It's got some. I don't know how well they've explored those implications. We're not a 40K podcast, but I like it better. So, anyways, but yeah, the story was worse. Anyways, Cursed Skies happen. Grogny Thunderstrikes armor to help get past it.
Okay.
We've got some more kind of like Bellicor stuff that's happened in the interim, nothing like big, but we get a little bit more of Bellicor's influence on the realms. So Bellicor's mostly been operating from the shadows all this time. He employs like the shadow demons, but he hasn't really had any mortals drawn to his cause. After the Cursed Skies, he has made enough of an impact that he starts to draw mortal followers from within Archaon's like camp.
Bad news?
Yes. Yeah, so Bellicor catches the attention of like a lot of Chaos Warriors who see like the Cursed Skies event happen. They
and it's
see
pretty tight.
Yeah, they see there's another like big player in the game of like mortal like followers of chaos. And so Bellicor is not flashy still. Like he wants to be subtle, and so he starts to attract what traditionally in like the hierarchy of Chaos Warriors are the people at the bottom of the ladder. Like Archaon's forces largely recruit like via fighting pit, basically. Like they just hold these huge like gladiatorial arenas, and congratulations, you survived. You get to try and be a Chaos Warrior now.
Cool.
Yeah. Bellicor starts targeting not like the inducted Chaos Warriors, but the legionaries, the gladiators who are already at the bottom of the rung. They're not going to have eyes on them for doing like they're allowed in Chaos camps, but they're not going to have like chains of command to answer to yet. So they can kind of operate clandestinely and enact Bellicor's will. Like I said, most Chaos Legionaries are just like the earliest step on the path towards being a proper Chaos Warrior. And for a lot of them, that's still the case. But Bellicor gets their hooks in them early. And so if they do make it to being Chaos Warriors or Chaos Knights or, God forbid, Chosen, now you've got this squad of 8 Chosen, and maybe 5 of them are secretly loyal to Bellicor, right? Like,
what a shady bitch.
Yeah, right? He's great. Some, like, full warriors and knights defect. Like I said, Chaos is nothing if not insubstantial, and some of them just see a new game in town and then want to play their hand.
Nice.
So he does attract some like properly already like fully inducted like Chaos Warriors and Chaos Knights. Also for the record, the only difference between a Chaos Warrior and a Chaos Knight is the knights are on horses. Like that's genuinely like the word knight. The word for knight in most languages on Earth means man on horse. Like that's what a knight is.
I suddenly feel the need to reassess a big chunk of the lore in my draft.
Oh no!
Damn it! Circle back.
Knight just means horse boy.
I can't erase this knowledge.
The original horse girls.
Good for them.
Yeah. But the most impactful defection in the aftermath of the Cursed Skies, we talked about him a little bit before. Archaon's chosen knights, the highest orders of his like personal retinue.
Yeah, these are the dudes that he got to take with him.
Yeah. Some of them he's recruited more since then, but some of them are the originals. The Varangard.
The squad.
Yes. There are Varangard are organized into circles. That's their like both like squad and job basically. And there are 8 circles naturally because both hell and chaos.
Yeah.
And I think there's 9 circles of hell. Actually, I'll probably edit that out.
Moving on.
Yeah. But all the circles have different jobs. So like the first circle of Varangard are Archaon's personal bodyguard. They never leave his side. They charge into battle alongside him no matter what. The second are independent from Bellicor. They are free to go and sow discord how they see fit.
Nice. Like
their job is just to run through a town and raze it to the ground and cause terror.
Less nice.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. Et cetera, et cetera. I don't have all the Varangard in my notes, but they'll have like different job specialized roles. Forever, the 8th circle of Varangard has been secret. Nobody knows what their job is.
Okay.
Yeah. Nobody in Archaon's like structure knows what their job is. We don't even know if Archaon knows what their job is.
Archaon! That can't be!
Right? Now we know what their job is because the entire 8th circle of Varangard turns traitor. Yeah.
Oh no! Archaon!
They were already like the super secret circle. And now they have
not
like
squad.
fully
It's so not squad.
Yeah. They've fully renounced Archaon and they are Bellicor's circle of Varangard.
Oh my god.
It's wild. So yeah. And a lot of these things like all this is really cool. Like some of it's like motivated by like gameplay stuff. This is the part like if you're playing a like Chaos Undivided army and you like bring Bellicor, this is your like in-universe justification to be able to field Bellicor and Varangard in the same list, that kind of thing. But it's also very cool. Like we see the Varangard for the first time like split with Archaon. We get a sense that they are their own people that aren't just like
puppets
fully committed. Yeah, exactly. Like they can make decisions like that on their own. And who knows, we might lose more Varangard in the future, especially if Bellicor keeps doing well.
Yeah.
Right. For the first time, we've been talking about this since the end of second edition, and we get hints at it here and there. But what the community tends to refer to this kind of like brewing like hostility between Be'lakor and Archaon more out in the open than kind of the shadow war that Be'lakor was trying to like pick at Archaon before, is that we keep getting these hints that we are looking at a full-on like chaos undivided civil war.
Ooh.
Like Be'lakor and Archaon actually openly fighting each other for really control of chaos.
That'd be super interesting.
I'm hyped. I think it's going to be neat if and when it happens. We don't know when, like, or if it might be they have it in the back pocket. We'll see it eventually. That's kind of the status quo as we are now. Okay. Be'lakor continues to pull like aspirants from Archaon, strengthen his own forces, work behind the shadows. Archaon continues to like fulfill his mission, corrupt chaos gates while still keeping in his head, like, because Archaon hates gods. Like, that's Archaon's driving motivation. He wants to kill Sigmar, he wants to kill the rest of the gods, and then he wants to turn on the chaos gods.
Yeah.
I see
that at the top.
Yeah.
He's want to hang out with it.
Yeah, Archaon's a victim of fate, and he is going to take fate by the neck and like cease it to be. His issue with gods is they play games like this with people's lives.
He's like, fuck that.
Like, yeah.
I like Archaon.
Right.
I mean,
he's a good character.
He's a good character.
He's history's greatest monster, but he's a great character. But before we conclude the episode, it's a long one. I knew it was going to be a long one. But before we conclude the episode, we have a famous face to talk about. Just one. The whole episode's been about one famous face, our boy Be'lakor. But we have a like Be'lakor aligned character that I also want to mention. We don't have a ton on him. He's pretty new.
Right. You were saying he doesn't have any good art, so you're gonna show me his
yes. I was gonna say I don't have a good art for him, so I'm just gonna show you his mini. But first, I'm gonna give you his name. Our famous face for this episode is Eternus, the blade of the first prince.
There it is. Eternus, the blade of the first prince. Like I said, Eternus. Okay, Eternus, pretty strong. Blade of the First Prince. We've elevated it. I got us into S tier.
Oh, that's his mini.
He's got a lot going on.
Right?
Ooh, he's got a lot of armor bits.
Yeah.
And he's got a chain full of skulls.
Yeah.
And he's got a big old demon unicorn. That's very good.
You gotta have your chain full of skulls.
Gotta have your chain full of skulls. Yeah.
Never leave the house without it. Yeah.
Can't leave it. Life advice, never phone keys, chain full of skulls.
Yep. You gotta dice not for cats. Take care of your back. Never leave your house without your chain full of skulls.
Cake for breakfast sometimes.
Yeah. That's all your advice for this episode. You don't get any more. So Eternus was a Varangard of the 8th Circle. So he is one of those. Yeah, he's one of those Varangard that turned on Archaon. This is one of the, and this is saying something for Warhammer lore where we so often get a like, it is rumored or it's said amongst the like, or scholars tend to say, this is one of the vaguest fucking statements I've ever read for Warhammer lore. Eternus turned on Archaon and then Eternus was thrust into the cursed skies.
Grab him by his throat and just yeet in him.
We don't know. We don't have like an operative person in that sentence. Like there's nothing to indicate that Archaon put him in the cursed skies except that he turned on him. But like the rest of the circle also turned on Archaon and he didn't do anything to them. So like I choose to believe that like Archaon just flew him up there and put him there personally as like to like send a message, but we don't actually know. Like he just happened to get thrust into the cursed skies. But like that sucks. Like obviously, Eternus is a Varangard. He's already seeped in chaos magic. And so the cursed skies didn't kill him. But that's a lot of pure chaos magic.
Yeah.
Like, even for someone who is as, like, down the path as Eternus was already, like, he cannot take that much chaos magic. He is trapped in the cursed skies, and it fries him. It just, like,
Now, is he also trapped in his armor?
Kind of.
Okay.
So
not in the same way as Malarian.
Yes. Chaos magic, like I said, basically fries his body. It reduces him to like uselessness where he can't like move. It is only the fact that he's a Varangard and like already like completely suffused with chaos magic that he doesn't just outright die. Right? Like he's already inoculated. At some point, like some time passes and Be'lakor finds him in the cursed skies.
Okay.
it's probably like the other Vanguard told him it was there. It's unclear. It's possible that Bellicor can just like monitor the cursed skies. That seems like a thing he would like set up for him to be able to do. But Bellicor finds him in the cursed skies. He like feels his resentment towards Archaon. He like he pulls him from the cursed skies and he communicates with him, and he gets like his hatred for Archaon, his like betrayal, and Bellicor sees fit to reward him. He finds a kindred spirit in his like hatred of Archaon.
Yeah. So wait, they turned on Archaon before they were aligned with Bellicor?
No.
Okay.
This is part of that. Like I said, the timeline's kind of screwy.
Okay.
But like, I think Eternus's intent was to join Bellicor when he turned on him, but he got put in the cursed skies beforehand.
Okay.
So like, Eternus probably was intending to like get rescued by Bellicor, and then he would have just gone and been like an 8th Circle Vanguard under Bellicor. But Bellicor finds in him a kindred spirit. He says, I need like a second in command, basically. Someone who will help. Like, if this is going to start escalating towards a real like civil war, I'm going to need like another general in the field.
Things are going to get divided real fucking quick up in here.
And I don't want to entrust that to something as frail as a mortal. And so Bellicor does not possess the power to put other people through dark apotheosis. Like, he can't turn him into a demon. He probably would have if it was something he was capable of, but he just does not have that power. So instead, Bellicor pulls Eternus's remains like from the cursed skies.
Okay.
I say remains. Eternus is still alive. He's just fucking fried. He pulls Eternus from the cursed skies, and he just takes a huge like taloned hand and pulls like partially disintegrated, like messed up, like warped remains of Stormcast's soul and imbues them into Eternus.
We gotta kill this guy. We gotta kill this guy.
Bellicor supercharges Eternus with reforged souls. He basically reforges Eternus. He gives him Stormcast immortality.
We gotta kill this guy, but permanently. I'm sure someone can figure it out.
Yeah. Eternus is now immortal in the same way that in a similar way to a Stormcast is. The thing is that it's predicated on like being intermingled with those Stormcast souls. Okay. Like, we have the implication that if he chose to, Bellicor could take that away from Eternus again, and he does like dangle that over him as motivator because he sucks, because he's Bellicor. Yeah. Like, he's master manipulator. But, like, for all intents and purposes, when Eternus falls in battle, he reforges in the same way that a Stormcast does.
Where does he go?
Same place. He doesn't travel anywhere. The souls just bring him back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He dies, his body goes down, and he is reborn in a burst of black lightning. Yeah. It's
cool.
So good.
Yeah, that's real cool.
Reformed in a strike of black lightning. So his body goes down and just and he's back.
Victor Frankenstein will brew.
Right, it's wild. And we haven't seen him like do much since then. But he is around, and he is like working on behalf of Bellicor, and he's readying Bellicor's forces for like this potentially proper war that's going to come. And that's where we'll leave Bellicor for now. Like, he's always scheming, he's always plotting. I'm sure he's going to. Yeah, I'm sure he's going to make an appearance again soon. He's always scheming behind it. Like I said, we'll get that Chaos Civil War at some point, I'm sure.
That sounds really cool.
For now, you'll see him on a lot of tabletops because his rules are bullshit. But that's my rule advice for the episode. We have exactly twice where I've given like gameplay advice on this podcast, and it's always evaluate a unit by how quickly it can move, because the game is based around movement. And if you see a Bellicor on the other side of the table, resign. No, that's a joke. That's a joke. You shouldn't do that. It's very rude. But yeah, Bellicor is just very strong. He's a good unit in the game right now. Bellicor once per game at the start of any turn can pick a unit on the enemy team. And that can be anything from like a squad of guys to like your big impressive like centerpiece person. And he enacts the plan he set up before the game on them. And so for the rest of that turn, anytime they try and do anything, whether it's move or charge or shoot their gun or fight a guy or like use any special abilities, Be'lakor rolls a dice. And if he gets a 4 or better, they don't do that thing because they were caught in Be'lakor's plan.
6-sided dice?
Yeah. Yep. So it's a 50-50. And like that's
it's like bullshit,
right?
What the fuck?
It's very thematic. Be'lakor caught you in his trap, but it sucks so bad to play.
yeah. Fuck.
But
tight as hell though.
Right, it's very cool. If you play with Eternus's model, after he dies at the start of every subsequent turn, you roll a dice, and on a 4-up he comes back. Because reborn in a strike of black lightning. Yeah,
that's cool.
It's very good. But that's all we've got for you this episode. Like I said, thank you all for tuning in and listening again. I know it's been a while since our last episode with the hiatus and everything. Take care of your back.
Well, so it sounds like it hasn't been a while since our last episode.
That's true.
It's been a while since our last episode at this moment in time where we're recording.
Yes.
But by the time listeners listen to this, the last episode was probably 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
You'll probably be hearing this after the Seraphon episode, but yeah, this is the first time we're recording since the hiatus started, so I just wanted to throw in an extra, like, if you've been hanging out and waiting for us to come back, listen to this episode, huge thank you to all of y'all. Like, we super appreciate you listening to us. We're so glad that you've stuck around through our being absent, and we're super excited to have more episodes coming for you again very soon. But until then, until the moon comes back around again, I have been your Shadow in the Earth, Dalton Montgomery.
And I'm Darian Smart, and you can call me or beat me if you want to reach me, but you should probably just message the Instagram and talk to Dalton.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.